there? Is there a dog? Is he alone? Is he at the airport? Is he on a fucking bus? Is he on the plane? Is there a clicking noise? There's probably a clicking noise. Is this a clip show? I don't know if it's a clip show. It's a fucking show. Just listen, goddammit.
Hey, what's happening, Mike Smith, 40-year-old boy podcast. I apologize for doing that in your ear. I don't mean to. I don't know how I sound. I think I sound okay, but I'll tell you this. I made the mistake of just eating like a handful of trail mix before I even came online. I looked at our friend Lily Von Stupp, producer Lily Von Stupp, who is here right now sitting across from me. Hey, Lily.
Hi, Mike.
She's here, and I said to her, do you have anything salty or crunchy in your house for me? And she, to her credit, looked around. She did. She kind of went, maybe I keep my saltiness and crunchiness in other areas of the home besides the kitchen, because I'm sitting kind of in the kitchen here.
There's nothing in the kitchen. I mean, nothing.
Just me,
Yeah.
which I guess, really, in the larger picture, you were right.
Things that I would eat. There's none of those in the kitchen.
No, and that's the best part is like, dude, last year during the Hollywood Burlesque Festival, Lily bought snacks, and she bought snacks for $1,000. She was like, oh, in case the Hessian army comes to the Russian Burlesque Festival, I will go ahead and have all of this food available for them. Well, then the Burlesque Festival ends, and I was there. This is 2 years ago, right?
Yes.
And I helped clean up the fucking room at the end, and I mean, I don't know this theater. What the fuck? What was that theater again? Do we want to plug them or say what it is?
Hayward.
It was the Hayworth Theater. And if you go there today, I guarantee if you somehow get back into the green room, there are still orange goldfish on the floor. I don't know if they've swept them up. I don't know if there's been a cat who's eaten them or there's a baby crawling around, but I does not matter. Those things are like, that's like, coming home from a strip club and you're covered in glitter. That's like going to a fucking, like a nursery school. You come home covered in like orange goldfish. They're all over you. If someone's got a kid and you don't have pockets full of Cheerios or orange goldfish, you're not raising your kid right. It's not fucking happening. So she did this fucking burlesque deal and it was just snacks, man. Like a total, and Lily, I respect her because she is somebody who cares about the people who are going to be there and the people who are working. So she wanted to make sure everybody was fed. So the rehearsal night, she actually bought food from Barbecue House and I brought it and she bought a fucking extravaganza, which was like $300, ridiculous. And I think 4 bites of it were eaten, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Because again, she wanted to do good and she knew I had a connection and I got her a discount and we brought it in. But it was me and Lily and Eddie and 9 chicks who haven't seen a fork in 11 years. I'm like, they're not eating a fucking thing. And she buys fucking brisket and macaroni and cheese and piles of beans and like all this fucking food. And I think they may have actually injured themselves turning up their nose at it. That's how bad it was. They may have had to go for surgery to have it put back into joint because once we opened up the barbecue, they all like, ugh. Like they shuddered that you would have protein in the fucking room. These skinny women were like, no, can't possibly do it. I need to fit into a feather duster tomorrow for a fucking show. Whatever the fuck they're wearing. I don't know, man. All I know is that's what those chicks look like to me. It's like half of them are literally, you know how a feather duster, if you put it up, it's just a stick with feathers on the ass? That's half the chicks in burlesque to me. You're just like, whatever, man. Have a goddamn fucking sandwich. Have a pint of ice cream. Do something with yourself. Because again, the delineation in it is going to be terrible and I'm about to get yelled at. There are the women that are just like a stick and a bunch of feathers on the ass. And then the others who might look like a truck full of feather dusters. If you don't mind me saying, there's chicks who look like a feather duster and then there's chicks who look like a truck full of feather dusters.
Extremes.
Oh, yes.
There's a lot of extremes in burlesque. There's not a lot of average in
No.
burlesque. There
No.
really isn't. That's a good point.
Yes, well, it's totally true.
Burlesque is not average.
It shouldn't be.
I think that's my new slogan.
Burlesque is not average.
Not an average show.
Yeah, you can't add anybody up and take an average. There is no average measurement. There is no average costume.
No.
And that's the good thing about burlesque is everybody does something differently, but they're all doing the same thing. Does that make sense? They all take the same art and interpret it through their own prism. And then what comes out on the other end is uniquely them.
Prism or prison?
Both.
Speaking of headsets.
I'll tell you what, if you had it in prison, the barbecue would have been gone. Fucking people would have eaten that motherfucker. They would have eaten the ass out of it.
Funny.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant they're starving prisoners. What the fuck? You went that way? Yeah, you are.
Well, I think it was from the article I read earlier.
No, I meant from eating fucking white toast and shit on a shingle. If I brought in real barbecue, the guys in prison would go, yes, thank you.
Oh my God, I'm racist.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh my Christ, I can't believe you went that route. Should we take it over or should we start over? Perhaps we have to start over.
You know what? I don't think I'm racist. I think I've just been reading way too much news lately.
Okay, hold on. There's no lines. I'm talking and there's no lines. Do you see? I mean, I see them. Or is it just because it's not moving or something?
Hit the scroll out right here.
This guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep going.
All right. So.
Keep going. There you go.
Oh, okay. So it is
You're
actually
moving.
recording.
It's not. You probably hit anchor point over here.
I see.
So yeah.
I apologize, folks. Again, this is all a fledgling experiment. I'm here at Lily's house, and as you know, I'm recording. And now, here's the thought I had today. I will tell you this. I got out of the car to head up here to talk in Lily's house, and I grabbed my cooler and I threw it over my shoulder. It's got all my water in it and my trail mix, which I have ruined my voice with. It feels like I have a throat full of raisins, which is just that's not good and not conducive to being pleasant on the ear for anybody.
That's the name of the show, Throat Full of Raisins.
Jot it down, or if you want to do any work.
You jot it down.
I can't. I'm talking. What the fuck? Why am I supposed to write shit down? You can't even work. Now you can't even work the legal pad? Jesus Christ. We already talked about this.
Legal pad for months.
Well, certainly not for year 8. But again, get your fucking iPhone out. You get that gigantic iPhone and just go ahead and type in something in the notes that says throat full of raisins. If only for someone else to discover it later on your phone and go, what the fuck does this mean? And then they start to look for the corresponding photo evidence. They're like, well, throat full of raisins. I think that's something I'd like to check out. Dude, we got to get throatfulofraisins.com.
I don't think we do.
Dude, that's got to be, you know what, you ever see that spit porn? Like, I don't know if it's actually what it's called. Well, because there's wet and messy porn, which we've talked about. But then there's like, there's porn. All right, this is going to sound, oh my God, whoa. Dude, some bird just smashed into your window. Did you hear it?
I thought I heard something.
He totally, it was like a dove even, and he flew up. Wait a minute, you know what? Is this Eddie's magic bullshit? Is that what's happening down there?
He's not even here.
Well, I know he's not, but did he let loose a fucking... That might have been a carrier pigeon with a note. Stop talking about raisins. It was from the Raisin Council. They're like, dude, you're giving it... You know what? Actually, it was from the Burlesque Council. No, you know what it was? It was the NAACP. They sent a fucking white bird over because they know that's the one you look at. Racist.
I'm not a racist.
Yeah,
I'm surrounded by racist people.
You
so
went there
brought that
quick.
up.
You went there super quick. Throat full of raisins. So yeah, there's like, because there's porn, there's probably raisin porn, right? There has to be. There's porn for fucking everything. So there's gotta be. And if there's not, we gotta just start fucking booking it.
2 girls, 1 raisin.
Oh, yeah, that's not enough. 2 raisins, 1 girl. Oh, man, here you go.
2 girls and a family box of raisins.
Oh, fuck yeah, right?
No, it's simply called Throat Full of Raisins.
Throat full of raisins. That's what I said.
It is. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Because I'll tell you this, when I was a kid, and this is totally true, I would get raisins, and I was kind of like, raisins are okay, but they're also kind of gross. But here's what raisins were good for when I was a kid. Stuffing my cheeks with them and chewing them up like chewing tobacco and spitting all day. I pretended like I was a baseball player, and I would have like a big chaw of raisins, and I would spit it because it was brown, and I would just spit. I would like launch it, and I would practice like kind of spitting outside. Yeah, pretty weird. Maybe, I guess. I don't know.
Still do it?
Well, define still. I haven't done it in a long time. Let's put it that way. Probably, I'm going to go with 37 years.
What are you
but
gonna be doing later today?
Don't kid yourself. Are you kidding me? I got a date with Miss Sunmaid. She and I'm going to turn green to brown really quick, and I'm going to chew it up and spit it the fuck out. But yeah, so that's what I mean is like when you chew raisins, like if you put, because I mean, that's the thing, you can't eat 1 raisin. Nobody eats 1 raisin. You're a fucking idiot if you eat 1 raisin. Who's popping 1 raisin in their mouth and going, nobody, man. Fuck that. Don't shake your head. Nobody is. That's why 2 girls, 1 raisin is out. 1 raisin does nothing for anybody. I don't give a fuck if you're the Sunmaid chick or you're one of the claymation dudes or if you're a Raisin Brand dude. 1 raisin's not enough. You got to have a handful. You can't eat just 1. Fuck you, potato chips. Raisins are coming up on the outside. I see you shaking your head. I don't think you believe me, but I fuck it. You can't eat 1 raisin and be happy.
The girls at the Hollywood Burlesque Festival do.
They ate 1 goldfish. They literally ate 1 goldfish, and then you were like, hey, would you like something? No. Oh, my God, no. What is this? Is this like a weapon? That's a fork. We use it to eat food. Ugh. Put it down. It looks dangerous.
Damn it, you're funny.
That is dangerous. It is. You know why? Because not only because you use it to plunge into somebody, but you can use it to make more of you. If you actually use this fork properly, you'll wind up with more of you. Oh my God, I couldn't possibly. That's it. Just fucking sticks with a bunch of feathers on it. God damn it. I don't get it. I mean, that's fine. But then again, like I said, there are other women where you're just like, you want to walk up to them and just go, psst. Bulimia. And then like walk away.
Oh, that's bad.
Look, I will say this. Bulimia it's not that bad if you control it. All right. But that's the thing is you can't get caught up in the, hey, I don't look great. You know what I mean? Bulimia, it works if you just kind of give yourself over to it for a little bit.
That's their slogan. Bulimia, it works.
And it's just one guy holding 1 raisin. That's the poster. Trademark. Bulimia, it works! ! Trademark, and just a picture of 1 raisin. There you go. Dude, look at this. We're rebranding Bulimia.
Is the raisin.
Let's rebrand Bulimia. Do it. No, I'm saying if you keep a handle on it, you can be okay. And I know Jill's going to fucking kill me for saying
that
this.
Is not true.
Look, hey, listen, I threw up a hamburger last night and I'm just fine. How about that?
Not good.
Agreed. It's probably not good. But you got to brush your teeth right after. That's all. You just got to make sure of that.
You're making me worried about you.
Nah, you know, bullshit. Because it's not appointment bulimia. You just do it like every once in a while. You're like, yeah, man, I'll totally throw up.
Hear this. Have you told your counselor this?
Who's my counselor? Do I get a camp?
Don't you have a counselor?
I went to camp.
Don't you have someone you talk to periodically?
Well, I have a lot of people that I fucking talk to periodically. I'm not gonna lie to you. Are you talking about Shannon?
Yeah.
I don't know if we've gotten to that part yet.
Oh my God, I'm sending Shannon a letter.
I have a machete and I'm still.
Send her a carrier pigeon that says, "Ask Mike about his bulimia."
Yeah, and then she's gonna roast it up and try to make me eat it.
Can I borrow your shirt? I'm just gonna write, "Ask me about my bulimia." It works! Exclamation.
Wouldn't matter if I wore that shirt. Nobody would fucking believe it. Because again, I haven't given myself over to the true dark side of bulimia. I'm still working with it. We're still working in concert together. I scratch his back, he vomits on mine. It's fine. We're working out great. So Bulimia and I, we're a team, man. We're making it happen.
Why do you ever throw up food?
Why do I ever throw up food?
Yeah, why would you throw up food?
Well, because there's no reason to eat that food.
But
Why did I? The better question is, why did I eat that food? Because it's, you know what? It's just like moving furniture. Hey, I don't like that couch there. I'm going to move it over to the other side of the room. Hey, I don't like that hamburger in there. I'm going to go ahead and move it down the toilet. That's where it's going. I can't expect myself to fucking have that burger. You want that burger to just sit there? It doesn't look good at all. It's like feng shui for your stomach. That's what fucking bulimia is. It's feng shui for your gut. That's all it is. You just fucking go, hey man, I don't want that in there. I'm going to move it somewhere else. Wham, out. It's perfect. All you got to do is you got to just embrace it and do it the right way.
there is no right way to throw up on a regular basis.
Well, that's the thing is, don't go on a regular basis. That's the problem.
Okay.
If you use it effectively,
regular.
Huh?
More than once is regular.
Disagree. No, if I did it every day, then it's a different story. God, Jill's gonna fucking murder me. She hates hearing this. It's to the point now where like we'll go to eat, and because she and I both like to eat. Although she's been in this mysterious pain for fucking months from eating, which I can't figure that out at all. She's been to the doctor. She's been to she's getting X-rays, all sorts of bullshit.
Some sort of shellfish. Have they checked her for?
Don't listen. I appreciate you jumping in, and that's cool.
The only thing I'll say is one of my friends went through this, and they were like, "You have food poisoning, maybe." And eventually, they finally determined that she ate a bad oyster, and it was from that point forward that she was sick for a year and a half before they finally found the thing in the oyster that was the microorganism that was causing her all of the pain.
She had an oyster, but it was a long time before she got sick. We had oysters in December. We were in Florida. And she took, was it December? Might have been March.
And then she didn't get sick till June?
She had an oyster yesterday. No, she got sick in March. She's been sick since March.
Yeah, see,
and it's this thing where she's scared to eat, but she wants to eat, but she can't eat. And you know what I say to her? Honey, bulimia. That's the way to go. You won't be afraid to eat because it won't be in there long enough to cause any pain. Boom. Adios. You just give it the fucking gate. That's what I do. I just have dinner and I give it the gate. It's, you know what I consider bulimia? Dinner at a show. First you start with dinner, and then you put on a show. Come on! I'm rebranding it. I'm taking bulimia back. Fuck that. You know what? Everybody who demonized it, I'm making it exactly what it should be now. It's an occasional. It's no different than a breath mint. You're like, oh man, I don't feel so fresh in the mouth. Boom, I pop it in a breath mint. I don't feel so fresh in the gut. Wham, bulimia. There you go.
You're making me worried. Jill, I'm with you on this one.
So we'll go to eat. We'll go to like a restaurant or whatever, and we'll eat. We'll order food. We went to this Mexican joint that was fucking amazing in LA. She, you know what's funny? This is gorgeous, man. She wrote me and she's like, hey, can we try this place? She's in fucking Wisconsin. She found a great Mexican joint in LA somehow that was recommended to her.
What place?
Of course I don't remember the fucking name. Okay. And I don't want to stop down. I don't want to stop down to look for it. Yeah. But if we do stop down, because I'm tired of editing. Last week, fucking dudes. Oh my Christ. Here's me. I'm in charge of the podcast now, as you know. So last week I finished fucking recording, and I texted Jill and I go, all right, honey, I love you. I'm done here. And, I probably got another half hour of recording. Because we were at the break, we were at the end, and I said, how about a half hour recording, and then I got to put together the show, which will probably take, I don't know, half hour. So I then started to record, and we got talking about me in my pajamas with people in a hotel room, and we kind of talked a little longer at the end than we thought. But then it ended, and then it was time to fucking edit the show. Now the first week I edited, folks, I talked pretty much straight through. I did a 90-minute show, and I think there were only like 3 chunks. There was the opening song, and there was me talking, and I had to stop once, and then there was me talking again, and then we put in the closing song. Well, last week, there was some stopping, some starting, and then there was some starting and some stopping, which, by the way, that is not effective at all. Don't start and stop. If you stop, then start, that's fine. But if you start and then stop, gums up the whole works. And also, this same advice applies to bulimia.
Not with you.
So last week, man, so then I sit here to edit, and Lily's like, all right, here's what you do. I think I talked about this on the air last week. I don't know if I mentioned. I get fucking yelled at. Like, I mean, Lily's kind of a taskmaster because she knows what she's doing. It's like if I was to sit here and she was doing the podcast and she had the microphone, and I went, be funnier. No, be funny. You know how to be funny. You've done it before. You did it last week. You were funny. Be funny again. Like, because I know what to do. I can talk and I can try to be sort of funny. Jesus Christ, I almost said Florida sunny. I can't even talk.
But then you don't have to edit that out.
Well, we do. We should. But yeah, so quite frankly, so she does that to me when I'm doing the editing. I'm like, look, you just gotta, and I told her she'll be like, Command V, and I'll hit Command V, nothing will happen. She goes, oh, I mean Command C. I mean, it just happens all the fucking time. So last week when I'm editing, she's like, all right, go through all the tracks and see how those high points there. She goes, you have to normalize all of those individually. And then I'll be over here doing my phone and my Facebook. So it's literally like weird fucking homeschooling homework. So I had to go through and I'm clicking and moving and clicking and everything. And all the different tracks I have to do it with, because I stopped and started a few times. I think we had 6 tracks last week we had to stitch together, plus the open and closing theme. And then we got to put in the spot too. So I sat here and I normalized as much of it as I could. And I'm asking her questions. And then I'm like, all right, well, how come this guy doesn't do this anymore? And she goes, well, you got to grab Slidey Guy and move him over. And I go, okay. And I kind of sit here like a dope, and I'm looking around. She goes, grab Slidey Guy. And then I go, I don't know what the fuck Slidey Guy is. And she's like, oh, he's those arrows at the top. And I'm like, oh, good, all right. She goes, all right, now edit that. And I go, oh, okay. So then I grab Slidey Guy, and I try to kind of go over a section. She goes, no, that's Slidey Guy. Edit is over there. It's like the eye. And I'm like, oh, all right. So there's like a capital I in Audacity, and then there's like an hourglass with a swoosh through it, and a fucking pencil, and a magnifying glass, and an asterisk, and holy fucking God, man. But she's like, but they all have names to her. Like, she's just like, grab Slidey Guy, grab inverted star, grab pointy guy, grab that dude with the hat on. And I'm like, I don't fucking know what any of this means. And she's like, why aren't you doing this right?
That's not quite how it worked, but okay.
Pretty close.
Okay.
So the bottom line is I had to normalize and go through and do all this stuff and stitch the show together. Well, like I said, I texted Jill. I go, honey, I got about a half hour of talking left, and then I'll find you from the car once I'm done editing. Dudes, we talked for like 45 more minutes. 2.5 hours it took me to edit. It easily 2.5 hours of sitting here and stitching shit together. And I'm finding out, because this is bad for me. All right, I shouldn't be doing it because I'm terribly meticulous. Like, you ever see those stories in the old 70s movies where a guy does coke and then pretty soon he's like rearranging his entire room, and then he's on the ground, he's going through a carpet, and he's looking for like certain fibers that match the other fibers and all that crazy shit? That's me without coke. I don't even need coke to be that guy. Like, I want to hit the post on everything. I want to make sure all the music, like when I sit here and I edit the interlude with Lily and I'm going, no, this needs to hit the post on this. And she'll come close. She goes, is that close enough? And I go, turn it up as loud as it'll go. She goes, that's as loud as it'll go. And I go, all right, I need to hear it in earbuds because people are going to hear this in earbuds. So I have to hear it's going to sound to them. And I'm Brian Wilson. I'm literally like, no, Jesus Christ, I think I breathed there. I shouldn't be breathing there. Can you take that breath out? So when I was doing that to Lily, it was just like, hey, make sure you take the breaths out and listen to this. And she's like, cool. And then I just trusted her to do a good product. But at the end, for me, when I'm listening, I hear the breath and I'm like, I got to match that breath. I got to get that out. Because here's the thing. Say if I stop talking and say the last thing I say is, man, I got to stop talking. And then we take a break. Well, then I have to jump in on the next track and I have to go, man, I have to stop talking. And it has to sound exactly the same to me. Because if I go, man, I got to stop talking. Well, it doesn't sound like what I was just saying, so it needs to match. And she goes, well, you're going to cut one of them anyway. And I go, it doesn't matter. It has to sound exactly the same. She's like, you are fucking bananas, man. And I'm like, yeah, this is me in a 70s movie on a carpet looking for coke. That's me. That's who I am. So when I'm editing this fucking track together and I'm sitting there trying to put the audio together, man, I'm fucking, because I will tell you right now, this is the total truth. I am so freaked out right now. Because the track won't move. I'm looking at it and I don't want to stop to figure out what the fuck is wrong because I don't want to have to edit the show. But it hasn't gone anywhere past like 4:45 and I can't figure out why. It's just insane to me. Like, see, look, it's just those lines are there.
As long as this is going,
yeah,
you're recording. You can't, if you want to stop, you can take the anchor point out so you can watch it streaming again.
Yeah, I don't want to stop.
Okay, then just trust it's working, or take this and scroll it over so you can see that it's still moving.
Dude, trust it's working is like the worst thing you can say to a dude who's, because again, I don't even know how long I fucking talked now, but all of this will go for shit. It'll be gone. All of that genius about bulimia is going to be out the goddamn window. Literally, the machine will vomit it up.
Genius about bulimia.
All that genius about bulimia is going to get vomited out of the machine if this fucking thing dies. See, that's the thing. I can't have it working. Come on, I need the bulimia people on board. I'm trying to get sponsors for this fucking show.
Bulimia board.
That's fine with me. If the bulimia board contacts me and they're like, dude, we're in. Because there's all those, I know there's like the creepy sub websites of like anorexic girls who put up photos of themselves. No, they're awful.
All of this is bad. You should not encourage anyone to throw up.
Well, just do it like a couple times a month. You're okay.
No, you're not.
You're totally fine.
No, that is a gateway.
You're looking
position.
good. No, see, that's the thing. Look, you go out. All right, here's the thing. You go to a fancy... They used to have vomitoriums in old Rome. I call it old Rome, apparently.
They used to have slaves.
Well, you know, and you know what? You know where those guys got jobs? You're goddamn right they did. They just grabbed a chick who looked like a stick with a bunch of feathers on her ass, and they shoved it down some guy's fucking throat, and boom. Launch is go. And everybody's fine. And your toga fits perfectly. You got to wash it a few times because you just fucking vomited all over yourself, courtesy of a slave jamming a feather down your throat. But oh well. Make bulimia work for you. That's all you got to do. Just don't give yourself over to the dark side of bulimia. Just take all the good parts from it. So Jill and I go out to these restaurants. We found this fucking awesome Mexican joint. We showed up, and it was this. She came to my work. Oh, she's come to my work with me a few times. Dudes, you know she loves me if she's still with me. And she went with me to these fucking, to go deliver food. I told her, I go, dude, just wear a bikini. I go, honestly, if we go deliver food and you just take it to the door in a bikini, I'll come with you and you just come with me. I just, as a tip, as a experiment for tips, that's it. Like literally, as just a social experiment, I want to bring a hot girl in bikini with me to the door and just get the tips. The only problem with that is, however, that's my girlfriend. So if some dumb fuck says something, he's going to wind up with a fistful of sauce in his face, and then everything's going to go fucking square. That's the social experiment. I wind up murdering people from house to fucking house, which is bad, probably.
Probably.
I'm going to guess. You were raising your hand. Did you have a question of some sort?
No, yeah.
Well, because that's what I said. I'm like, Jill, dude, you just wear like a bikini top and cut off shorts, and like just have like white fingernails and white toenails. And that's probably just for me, really. And then just stay in the car. You don't have to come to the door. Just be incredibly fucking hot for me. That'd be awesome. So she found this fucking Mexican joint. And so she worked with me. Awful. And then we went afterwards and we had reservations for like 7. And then we were going to go to a movie. But instead, because we got out early, I'm like, well, why don't we went to open table of the app and we switched it to 4:30. So we got a 4:30 reservation. We park downtown LA. We find parking like right out front amazingly. Because again, you know, downtown LA, it's the Staples Center and then 1,000 hobos just staring at you. Well, so we park and we walk up and we go in and they're like, we said, hey, we have a reservation for dinner at 4:30. He goes, we don't start serving dinner till 5:30. I'm like, well, you might want to tell your app. And he's like, well, we have happy hour right now if you want to stay. And I looked at Jill and she's like, yeah, why not? So we sat down and again, I'm different than I used to be. You know, if I used to go to happy hour and if I was at a happy hour and then once I left the happy hour, it looked like a tornado had blown through the restaurant because I ate every fucking crumb you could possibly have. Everything was destroyed. And it would make a restaurant rethink the concept of happy hour. They were just like, they would just sit there kind of bunkered down and be like, that was an unhappy hour for all of us, correct? Because it would just be like, you know what? I looked like Pol Pot just sitting on a giant fucking mountain of chicken bones. Like, that's who I fucking looked like. It was like the Khmer Rouge had come in for fucking snacks. That's who the fuck I was, God damn it. And I just sat there on bones. Oh, look at the bones! So I was there doing that. So then we went there and we sat down. So that's in the old days. But now, dude, like I said, Jill and I went to a tapas place in Chicago. We went to this place, which was fucking happy hour. And fuck me, dude. Like we ordered 3 dishes and they bring them out. They're fucking huge. They're like entree size, man. There's no fucking way that's a snack or an appetizer or a happy hour. It looked like a contest when they brought all this shit to the fucking table. And it was awesome. We ordered some like enchiladas and there was some lamb fucking, roll-ups. It was all really good. And the guac was good. All of it was super good. But I ate it and we were both like really full. And I'm like, all right, I need to use the restroom. And she grabs my arm. She goes, are you okay? I go, yeah, I'm fine. She goes, we're going to be okay, right? And I'm like, yeah, I promise. So like, she knows that that's a thing. So whenever we're out eating and I go to use the restroom, she'll look at me and go, everything's fine, right? And I'm like, everything's fine. I would tell you if I was going to do that. And she's like, no, you're just not going to do that. And I'm like, yes, I know. So I don't do it when I'm out with her. And I have a rule. This is going to be a dumb rule and you're all going to laugh. I won't do that if somebody else paid for the meal. Because that just seems rude. That's just pointless. Then I wouldn't have ordered any food. I mean, if somebody else pays for the meal, why would I throw it up? That's ridiculous. That was a gift that they gave me. I can't give it back.
Your psychosis has a lot of rules.
Listen, well, that's good, though. Wouldn't it be worse if I had no rules?
I don't know.
It's good to have rules. If you don't have rules, then you got a problem. Then we got anarchy. We don't want that. We want to make sure that we're all falling in line, man. Look, my bulimia knows it knows its place. My bulimia absolutely respects the rules. So that's how. Again, it works. Just do it once or twice a month. That's fine. Just make sure you got it under your control. You just can't give in to your baser impulses and go, "Hey, I should throw up all the goddamn time." And also, I should tell you this, by the way, as I've talked about before, candidly or not. I had fat guy surgery where they went in and they fucking turned my stomach into a coin purse. So I don't have any stomach acid, really, anymore. Very little. So that's one of the things. Like, if I eat white meat chicken or I eat bread or whatever, it kind of just sits there and it takes its time getting out of me because it doesn't really get fucking dissolved or whatever. So that's one of the reasons why I will sometimes involve myself in a bulimic activity. Because it's like, I feel awful. I need to get rid of this because it's not going anywhere.
Because you made a mistake by eating the wrong food.
Exactly, or too much of the wrong food. But also, I will tell you this, because I don't have any stomach acid, throwing up is not as unpleasant for me as it is for you. Like, you throw up and you get bile and you get nastiness in your fucking throat and all that shit. And you can hurt your gums and all that. You know what I got? I got literally like just chewed up food coming right out. That's it. It's just, it was in there. It was as if you were cleaning out the fridge. It's like, you wrapped it up and put it in the stomach for a while and hung out. And you're like, I'm going to get rid of it. Boom, out. Adios. I can't imagine anybody listening this far. Now that I think about it.
The name of the show is Bulimia, It Works. Because we're going to warn people.
Bulimia, it works, exclamation point, right?
TM.
All right.
TM.
Well, I'm still alive. Ostensibly it works because I'm still alive. And I haven't given myself over to the absolute, because believe me, my trainer is just like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Because I tell him, I don't, here's the thing. I don't do it in shame, man. I don't hide it. I don't hide it from the world. I'm not in some darkened house throwing up and then blogging under the ex-fat guy blog, Tumblr, whatever the fuck. I'm not that guy. I don't hide my identity.
Just talking about it on a podcast.
Well, yeah, because you know what? I'll own up to it. It's not fucking good, probably, but I do it sometimes, but not like I used to. In the old days, fuck. All the time. During the show, you guys didn't even know. Lily you thought the editing was bad last week. Oh my God. There were some times where I'd fucking just had to launch in the middle of a show and Lily's like, I'm going to cut all this out, probably. It was never that bad. I'm teasing.
I never really knew that, no.
What?
That was a thing.
It's never a thing. I've just done it.
I mean, I know you've done it a couple times when I've been with you, and I understand it because it's like, I too will be like, these M&Ms are good. Oh shit, I ate a bag.
Well, you can't. Oh, dude, you can't throw up chocolate.
I mean, it's just like, I know what it's like when you're like, I shouldn't have eaten that, and then I certainly shouldn't have eaten 3 pieces of it. I feel sick.
Yes.
And you kind of go, it's probably going to happen one way or another, and I'm like, I may want to help this along because, yeah. But I don't think I would do that on a regular basis ever. Knowing I had no stomach acid, I don't think I would ever eat bread.
Sounds like someone's coming around.
No, it's just. But, I mean, like, I'm allergic to dairy now.
Yes.
Completely.
Right.
And sometimes I will take a bite of something and realize that has dairy in it. There are 2 options I have. I wait for my body to react, or I can go, I'm going to take care of this right this minute. Because it's going to be worse if I wait at all.
Well, that's how I was with that hamburger. yesterday. I
You're
was like,
allergic to hamburgers?
maybe. Why let it stick around to find out? Let's get rid of it so nothing bad happens.
That's the same thing.
There's nothing wrong with a little preemptive bulimia. Because again, I could be allergic to all the shit that I eat. Get it out of there. Why wait to find out? Why give it the chance to perform its trickery inside of me?
Trickery.
I will send it on its merry way. I've gotten what I needed out of it. I got like a little jaw exercise. A little of that. A little of the old teeth back and forth. A little of the old throat Olympics. And then boom, out. So how do we get into this? How do we even start talking about this?
And a porn site.
Throat full of raisins. Here's the deal. Now, first of all, there's got to be bulimia porn sites. There has to be those, obviously, right?
There are, and
Yeah.
it's not pretty.
Well, no, that would be again. I don't. I have not fetishized it to that degree. It's a tool for me. I use it maybe once a month, twice a month, 3 times a lady. God, Jill's gonna murder me. All right, so, oh, and I should tell you this too, by the way, because I guess did I talk about this on here where I say Jill's gonna kill me or Jill's gonna yell at me, and she's concerned with that? Did I talk about it on the show? I love my girlfriend, but because that's how I talk. I mean, I talk in shorthand. I'm like, oh my God, you're gonna fucking kill me. Oh, dude, you're gonna murder me. Oh, Jill's gonna. And so she said to me, she's like, you say that a lot. Like, do I yell at you? Do I really yell at you? And I go, no. And she goes, well, why do you always say, oh, honey, you're gonna yell at me? And I go, I don't know, because I talk like that. It's,
Well,
you know.
because it's funnier than Jill's going to be mildly annoyed that I said something that she may or may not agree with.
Well, but I say it to her in person too, and I guess I've said it in front of her boys. Where I'm like, oh, I go, yeah, your mom fucking yelled at me about it, but everything's okay. And she's like, yeah, so now they think that I like hector you or that I yell at you. And I go, no, they don't. They're old enough to know that I'm just an idiot. And she's just like, well, I don't think so. And so she's like, could you, again, it's that thing where because I don't know. I'm a Bigfoot. I literally just stomp all over the fucking place. And if I leave footprints or I knock over a tree, I don't fucking think about it.
I can understand why a kid would think that your mom actually yelled at you because you said your mom yelled at me.
Yeah. And also because I do it on here too, where I go, Jill's going to kill me. Jill's going to murder me. And she's like, your listeners must think I'm fucking terrible.
No,
I go, well, no. I go, because literally the rest of it is a love letter to you where I'm throwing verbal flowers the whole time to let them know that you are everything. But she goes, yeah, but do they think maybe I've bullied you into feeling that way? Because when I'm yelling, I'm like, oh my God, no, absolutely not. She thinks, if you tell your listeners that I'm mad at you or I yell at you, it makes me sound fucking awful. And so guys, she doesn't really do that. That's just kind of the way I talk. I hope after 8 years you realize that I'm giving her hyperbole a little bit. But I caught myself here because I've said it 4 times already in this show. Jill's going to murder me. But she's not really. So just know that. Although if I am murdered, there is one suspect and her name is Jill. All right. So.
Hit you over the head with hyperbole.
Yeah, if you just find me laying on a bathroom floor covered in vomit, just know it was either a slave from an old Roman vomitorium or 5 foot something else who showed up and knocked my dick in the dirt. So it's either one of those two. You can pick one. So raisins, man, here's the deal. If you chew them up, you get like a little healthy chaw going. And it's like tobacco. It's like tobacco spit. I used to do it when I was a little kid. Because I saw baseball players do it, and let's put it this way. You always heard that story about the kid who's like, oh my God, he totally got into the chewing tobacco, and then he was sick for a week. You know why? Because that kid swallowed the tobacco, did not know about bulimia. That's what happened. If he would have fucking swallowed that tobacco and then booted it right back up, fuck yeah, done. But I never fell into the tobacco trap. I instead wanted something that sort of looked like tobacco, which was raisins, and I chewed it up and I was spitting. I did that. Picture 10-year-old me with a big chaw full of raisins and mirrored sunglasses on, just outside chewing it up and spitting it on the ground. Oh, yes.
Do we have photos like that?
God, I don't know. I haven't been in my mom's basement. She's going home. I tell you, my mom is heading home from Florida this week. And at some point this summer, Jill and I are going to go down to see her in Chicago. And I'm hoping to get to the photographs. Just because I don't have any photographs of me at all from when I was a kid. I have one. I have one picture of like 9-year-old me in a Thor t-shirt. I put it up on Facebook once. It was on my birthday. I think I put it up 2 years ago or something. And it was just because, and so that was the only picture I had of me as a little kid, but I would like to get to the others. Cause there's when I was small, first of all, I had to wear braces on my legs because they were all fucked up somehow. I don't know if they were just like twisty or whatever. I mean, I wasn't Forrest Gump, but I guess I kind of was.
That wasn't Forrest Gump, I guess it was.
Yeah, I sort of was. I'm not Forrest Gump, but I know what Forrest Gump is. So I had braces on. So I had to wear those, but I didn't drive a lawnmower or whatever the fuck he did. I didn't play ping pong. But so I had braces, but there's pictures of those, I think. But then even more important is there's pictures of me on a leash. My mom kept me in a harness on a leash because I would run away. And I would just like constantly, I was just this psycho who just fucking booked. I would just take off into traffic or into the yard, or if she didn't have me on a tether, I would just disappear into the fucking sunset. So she had to keep an eye on me. I think I've told this story in here before, but I'll tell it anyway.
Yeah.
Did I tell the story about the table?
No.
Oh, I haven't told the story? All right, it's a true story. My mom, one day, I'm a kid. I'm probably 2, whatever the fuck. And I would read. I told you I would read newspapers out loud when I was 2 years old. I could read all about Vietnam and Khe Sanh. I knew how to pronounce everything. I was just, for some reason. So she would kind of leave me to my own devices. She'd throw on Sesame Street, and then she'd go do whatever she was doing. So she's in the kitchen, and I come walking in there one day, and I'm like, and she puts her hand out, and I gave her a screw. I found a screw on the ground. And she's like, oh, thank you, and she puts it away, and I come back in a little later, and I'm like, I give her another screw. And she's like, oh, thanks. And then I give her a washer and a nut and a bolt. Like I kept handing her like stuff. She's like, did you get in a toolbox? Like, where the fuck, what is this? So my mom's just like, oh, thank you, honey, thank you. And the day goes by, and then my mom comes out into the living room to watch TV after she's cooked dinner or whatever. And my mom drank Pepsi out of the bottle. Like that was her deal. Like that, those 8 packs of Pepsi?
Oh, yeah.
Every night. She drinks so much Pepsi. It was crazy. So my mom comes in with a glass with ice and her bottle of Pepsi, and she puts it on the coffee table, and the entire thing fucking collapses. Because I had been unscrewing all of the screws and all of the bolts and all the nuts and all the washers out of the legs of all of the tables in the kitchen or in the living room and bringing them to her in the kitchen. She then checked there were 3 different coffee tables and end tables. I had unscrewed all of the screws and the bolts and the washers and left them rickety, like just standing. A stiff wind would have blown them over. So she,
like when you were doing it, fall on you and kill you.
Apparently I kept them, I somehow like Jenga'd them so they didn't fucking fall apart. Almost like a weird prank, but I wasn't doing a prank. I was 2. I was just like, fuck, I can do this. This is awesome. So I was like unscrewing bolts and the whole fucking table, she puts her Pepsi on it. The whole fucking thing collapses. She's like, what the hell? And she goes around and she realizes that there's 3 different tables and I've unscrewed all of the screws and all of them. Now, there are some of you who would say, probably not top-notch parenting. You okay, spit soda? If your son comes in over a course of 4 hours and brings you enough metal that you think he may have disassembled the Iron Giant in the fucking living room. I don't know how you don't question it. Here's how you don't question it. You've already got fucking 2 other kids that you're trying to keep track of. She's got another baby that she's probably watching because Glenn came in 1970, so I had to be 3 or whatever when this is happening, 3 or 4.
That's hysterical.
So she's got Lenny, she's got me, she's still got Glenn, who's a fucking baby. And so, yeah, so that's why. But I mean, again, literally, I'm handing her all day. I'm giving her metal, and I guess she's probably just thinking, "Thank God he's not swallowing it." That's probably all she's thinking. But what she doesn't realize, if I had swallowed it, absolutely would have booted it just right back up. In fact, there's a pretty good chance I already had swallowed them, and then threw them back up just to give them to my mom. I'm nothing if not predictable, folks. So my mom then would she kept me on a leash. And so there are photographs of me, and it's so funny because then Mex drew like what some of the early prototypes of a 40-year-old boy. There's one where the character is on a leash and he's leaning forward, and I think I have a photograph that's just like that somewhere.
Did he know you when you were on a leash?
He did not. No, I didn't know him. Fuck. Well, I mean, let's put it this way. I didn't know him when my mom kept me on a leash. Ahem. So, So it was just odd that he drew it, and there's in a pose that I think you can actually probably find me in an old photograph at my mom's house. But I want to get to those, and it's also, I will tell you this: the Earbuds documentary dudes, like they want pictures of me as a kid. They want all these pictures, and they, so I told them I would be able to get to look at those, but I'm giving them a couple out of my Facebook or whatever the fuck. So because again, I don't even know. I'll tell you what, that is so weird that because I'm going to be in that documentary. I mean, it's because I also don't know what they've chosen to use. I mean, they filmed so much of us here. They filmed so much of that.
You know what they've chosen not to use?
Well, we talked about that last week on their, if you heard that, yeah. Because I said there's this thing where Graham just yells at me for like 15 minutes. And even Lily's in the other room just going, what is happening in there? What the fuck? I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be confident in saying it. I'm the only subject of that documentary that got screamed at by the filmmakers. That's my guess. I know he didn't fly to fucking Japan and scream at that chick at all. I know that didn't happen. Or Australia, or wherever the fuck else they went. The moon, where the podcasters are.
The Mooncast. That's my favorite.
You like the Mooncast?
Yes, I do.
Dude, you know how I would listen to the Moonanites if they did a podcast? Oh. Can you hear this? Because I'm doing it as loudly as I can. God damn it. I wish I could do their voices. Rage! The Moonanites are awesome. We talked about 10-year-old me. So raisins, dudes. So there's got to be raisin porn is my point, right? There's got to be...
Oh, no.
Well, because there's spit porn.
I don't want to know any of this.
You already know about spit porn.
I don't want to know about these things.
See, the thing is, here's the thing I don't know. I don't know if... Because I've seen it. And again, it's not like I'm searching for it. It's just they happen to come through my feed once in a while.
How does that come through your feed? Who is on your feed?
Someone who's into it, I suppose. So, no, but there's spit porn, which is who cares? You know what it is from what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter. I'm shutting up. Are you Googling it? What are you doing now? Mm-hmm. Oh, really? Yeah. If we don't,
but I want to have the same
Oh, are you? It exists. I'm not saying it's something that I'm seeing all the time, but I know that it exists. But what I'm saying is there might be a market.
I literally just gagged a little.
All right. Well, you should probably put it away then.
Oh.
Although I tell you this, if I would have filmed it, I could have thrown it up on one of those websites and made some cash.
Yeah, no thanks.
And that's another thing. Like Jill gets all worried because I'll tell her something like that, and she just go, I don't want to know how you know about that. I go, honey, I have the internet. And she's like, yeah, but are you sitting there all day like looking at that? I'm like, no, I'm not. I go, I just know it exists. In the same way that I know that, the theory of relativity exists. Somebody else discovered it. I know it's out there. Doesn't mean that I'm staring at it all goddamn day. What if I did? What if I stared at E equals MC squared all goddamn day? It's probably better than staring at spit porn all goddamn day. But there has to be a market for raisin spit porn, right? Or like chocolate milk spit porn.
I don't know.
There has to be, man. Because chocolate milk, you ever hear that story? Because, when you drink chocolate milk, it's fucking nasty. Your mouth is full of super glue at the end, right? So, because there's that story in No One Here Gets Out Alive, where Jim Morrison's older brother would pin him to the ground. He would drink chocolate milk, he would pin Jim Morrison down, and then he would spit over his face and suck it back in. And it was just, horrifying when I read it. I was like, God damn, that's horrible. And then I thought to myself, but there's probably a market for that somewhere, honestly.
Yeah.
Raisin and chocolate milk porn.com. We gotta fucking think about that. But see, the reason I don't like that is because that's like traditional children's snacks. We can't fucking come up with that. That sounds like we were filming in a fifth grade classroom. Ha ha, dude.
You spent your entire high school years in fifth grade.
I sure did. I blame the trail mix, folks.
Fifth grade.
That should be like a rating on fucking iTunes instead of explicit. Filth grade.
Filth grade.
Like weapons grade. This is weapons grade plutonium. This is filth grade comedy. Look what I just invented. I hate that I can't see these numbers. I can't. I don't want to stop because I don't want to see. How do I scroll over and look?
The bottom bar.
Yes.
Grab it on the left over there and drag it all the way over so that you can see that it's still moving.
Yeah, I know, but. Oh, I tried to grab... He won't go further. He doesn't go any further.
Then what?
Are we sure we're recording?
If you weren't recording, you'd be able to move stuff there.
Well, because, look, I'm trying to do this and he won't go.
Okay, click right here.
Okay. See, nothing's moving. Am I recording or not recording?
You're recording.
You're scaring the hell out of me, dude, because I don't understand it. And listen, this is not stuff that people should be fucking listening to. Like, because this usually goes when I'm going.
Pause.
Okay. It turns out everything was recording. And we had to stop and check it out because I wasn't sure. And
had to stop.
well, I had to stop. Well, dude, you're not doing a fucking thing. I mean, you're over there doing, like, literally just kind of feeding the fire and making me think that everything's working when I can't see that it working. I can't see the blue lines. I can't see shit happening. Yes, but that's besides the fucking point.
Why is that beside the point? When you asked me if something worked and I said, yes, it's working because that's moving, you're fine.
Because normally
like, no.
the little numbers go and you see the numbers go.
To you why it wasn't.
Look, I know there's nothing less interesting than you guys hearing me learn rudimentary podcasting skills. All right, I get that. Fuck. But I'll tell you what. No, that's all. Are you kidding me? The only thing less interesting than me talking about learning podcasting would be actually hearing me vomit. That would be the only.
I don't know. That might be.
Nobody would be on board with that at all. But yeah, seriously, I sat here and I looked. There were no blue lines and there were no numbers. And I'm because all right, let's talk about this. When we were setting it up, when Lily and I were just opening the episode here. And I kept closing things and shrinking things. And you go, I don't understand why you need to close everything in order to keep going. And I said, I do. I don't want a fucking million open things on my goddamn computer while I'm trying to talk. There's folders open and other audio tracks open. And she said, the fact that you have to throw all of that away and close it drives me crazy. And it's like, well, not as crazy as it drives me if it's all open sitting here on the desktop. That's just insane.
But you can just make it small and then come back to it. Because you closed two things and then we had to reopen them.
I don't make anything small.
I don't make anything small.
I can't. You got to throw them away, man.
Really?
I sit there because I told you when I look at it, and I even said
we're moving properly now.
I see the blue lines. I'm happier. I'm much happier because the red meter is going. The blue lines are happening, and the numbers. That's the important part. Is the numbers are ticking at the bottom. Those were all zeros, man. The fucking launch codes were gone. And if there's any show that we got to have the launch codes for, it's this one. God damn it. But yeah, man, I wasn't sure what to do as I sat there and I stared at it and I tried to figure it out. And again, you don't fucking care, folks. I understand. You just want comedy. You don't want to hear me learning. That would be like going to a classroom and watching fifth graders fucking spell. Nobody wants to fucking see that, right?
That's broadcast on television. It's
solid point.
Spelling bee.
It's a solid point. But that's because they're kids and they're precocious. Nobody wants to see a fucking dickbag 50-year-old learn how to fucking podcast. That's terrible. Nobody wants to watch me learning and shrinking things. Jesus Christ.
So when you turn 50, is the name of the show going to be the Dickbag 50-year-old instead of the 40-year-old boy?
Well, but that's 3 years. It'll still be the Dickbag 50-year-old who's learning how to do a podcast. That's what it'll be called.
That's not true. You're pretty much done. You're just now looking at me for reassurance.
We're putting that's bullshit. We're putting together the poster for Pittsburgh. I'm talking to David about it and looking at images and crunching whatever. And by we, I mean, he's doing it and he shows me things and I say yes or no. I mean, he's the art guy. But he asked, he's like, what kind of text do you want on it? And I wanted it to say Mike Schmidt, 40YOB, Unleash the Bees, 2015, Pittsburgh. Like, I mean, that's kind of what I wanted. And that was on the back of the tour shirts, the early tour shirts. And then he wrote me back a text that it just says, nobody else in the world knows what 40YOB means, right? Like you're the only one who gets that.
That's your hashtag.
Other people, he said that people who don't know you would have no idea what that abbreviation was. And I was like,
no one knew what Kleenex or the Gap was till they got out there.
I said, you're right. So we're going to put the 40-year-old boy on the poster. I said, the thing is, I'm just trying to get away from the poster looking like a fucking Wikipedia page. You know what I mean? That's the deal.
You totally need to go with 40YB. YOB.
All of the online stuff, yes, but on the poster itself, people are going to be like, I don't even know what that means. But then if you came there, then I'd get 10 minutes out of telling you what the fuck it meant if you were some new dude in Pittsburgh.
And the hip cool kids understand how
oh my God.
Twitter and Facebook
And
work.
I'll tell you what, the hip cool kids are certainly paying attention to this show.
They are.
As I said, Bulimia, it's fun, or whatever the fuck I said.
We just picked up the 16-year-old demographic.
Bulimia! Exclamation point. Or no, colon. It works! Exclamation point. And then the dot has to be a raisin in the exclamation point, right? Can we do that on the iTunes store? I have no idea. Is there a raisin emoji that we could possibly use? Or just an old person? We can go ahead and find that.
I think the do you remember the California raisins? I think they have emojis.
Do they really? Yeah. All right, then I want the saxophone dude.
Okay.
That's him, because he's obviously the coolest one of all of them.
Really?
Yeah. He's blowing that fucking bathtub pipe and making it work for him. That's good.
Bathtub pipe.
That's what I call it. That's why they don't let me in the jazz club anymore. Play that bathtub pipe, Louie! Out! They fucking drag me out into the street. God damn it. Just laying there in a pile of raisin juice. So we got it all straightened out. We went in and we had to learn. And, dude, wait a minute. But I have to fucking edit that now, don't I? Fuck that,
now.
dude. Well, I had to stop because the fucking computer was playing a trick on me, man. Because every time I go in, like when I open folders, like Lily's so ridiculous. She's like looking at me. I apologize. I'm ridiculous. And Lily's looking at me because I'll open a folder. She goes, well, where's the audio? And I go, well, he lives in there. And she's like, well, open him up. And so I open him up and I go, see, he lives in there. And the other guy lives in that one. And she's just like, oh my God, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, that's where episode 6 lives in the episode 6 folder.
And you laugh at me for saying slidey thing.
And episode 4 lives in the episode 4 folder. And she goes, well, open the episode 6 folder. I go, see, he lives in there. But there's 3 different incarnations. There's the AUD, whatever. There's the WP file or whatever the fuck. I don't know. They're all in there though. The data file.
There's a data file. I like to call it data, but that's okay.
Okay. Well, they all live in there. So she's like, where's that? And so if you said to me, where does that guy live? I go, oh, he totally lives in there. And then there we'd go. We'd know what you were talking about.
Live because none of them are live.
They're listening to it live right now. This episode lives. Episode 7, year 8 lives. It's in their ears right now. They're totally digesting it. They're chewing it up and swallowing it with their ear mouths. Glunk, swallowing it right into their brain. That's where it goes.
Let's hope it doesn't come back up.
The show will. When you use your mouth, it goes down into your stomach. When you use your ear mouth, chomp, 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 it goes up into your brain. And then there it goes. And it gets spun around into your cerebellum. And you keep it there forever. So then in 15 years, when someone has a handful of raisins, you're going to go, fucking Mike Schmidt would have chewed those up and spit them on the ground with mirrored sunglasses on when he was 10 years old. Hey, you remember when he wore a harness? That's exactly what you're going to say in 15 years.
You're not wearing a harness now, are you?
Define where. No, I have nary a harness on me right now.
Right now.
I don't, not right now. I don't have a mask on either right now. I'm not a bondage dude. Not yet. I mean, I haven't been yet, so why would I have a harness and a mask? Is that where you're going with that, by the way? But my leap that I just made?
No, that was not where I was going at all. I was just afraid that sometimes you just wear it just to make yourself feel okay.
I wear a harness? Yeah. I feel bad for those people who have like bad backs and they have to wear that fucking like crazy girdle or whatever. Oh, dude. Every time I see when you see old men wearing like dark socks on the beach or they got fucking, oh, dude. I'm old, but I don't want to be old. You know what I mean?
It happens.
Dude, I was the crotchety old man at work yesterday. I fucking had to be at Sauce House because fucking there's a coming war, folks. There's a war on the horizon between the drivers at my work and the other employees at my work. It all started a couple of weeks ago when one of the front people said to one of the drivers, well, you guys are such drama queens. You don't do anything around here. And he lost his mind and he texted me and I lost my mind. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? And it's just dumb. Again, none of this matters to you and you don't care. I'm supposed to be comedian Jones right now and I am.
I want to hear it.
Kid came into me yesterday. He's a dishwasher. Nice kid. And he's only been there about a month. And again, this is so stupid to me. Like, I have levels of respect, which is dumb, all right? But, like, our head chef is a guy named Joe. Joe he's an authority figure. It's like he's just a guy who fucking crushes meals and whips them out and fucking creates, and he's just so good at what he does. So I have ultimate respect for him. And if he asked me to do something in the kitchen, I would do it. Whatever he asked me to do, I would do it because I partially intimidated because you see him working a fire grill and he's fucking so good at it. But it's just the same way, like if he sees me be funny, he laughs and he's just like, he could never do that. You know what I mean? It's just, you admire, it's like when I admire you because of your business acumen and your burlesque planning and things like that, or I admire David because of his music and his artwork, or you see anybody who's really good at something that you can't do, you're just like, fuck. Well, I've worked in a kitchen and I know fucking how hard it is to work in a kitchen and break your ass. And I've done everything. I was a prep cook, so I washed fucking dishes and I prepped shit. I made fucking beef. I have a fucking hole in my hand still from it. So I know how hard it is to work in a fucking kitchen. So I try to give them as much respect as I possibly can. And everybody's doing their fucking best. Everybody's working their fucking jobs. We're all doing that. You're out there driving a truck. You're working in a fucking cubicle. You're working in an office. You're working retail, whatever the fuck. You got to deal with regular people. You just deal with your coworkers. Regardless, you don't want to do it. Nobody in the world is really doing everything they just want to do. And the people that are, they still have fucking complaints. They got to deal with fucking airplane people. They got to deal with fucking, everybody's got a thing. So I'm at work yesterday and I'm in the back and we've been hearing there's been like this weird thing kind of scuttlebutt around that we don't do anything, or we don't, oh my God, we got it so easy. And whatever. I mean, so this kid comes into me yesterday, and like I said, there's a hierarchy. I'm not proud of the fact I've been there for 2 years, but I've been there for 2 years. So I'm a guy who's been there for 2 years, so afford me the respect, especially if you've only been there a month. But he walks in the back and he looks at me, and I was on my phone because it was slow at lunch. And I'd already done whatever fucking busy work I had to do. So I'm sitting there, and he comes back and he goes, man, you got it so easy. And I go, what? And he goes, you don't do anything, man. You just get to kick back and be on your phone. You get paid for it. And that's fucking great, man. You don't have to do a goddamn thing. It's the cushiest job in the world. I went, all right. I said, do you know I put $50 worth of gas in my car this morning? My money. And I'll do it 2 more times this week. I pay $150 a week in gas. I drive a time bomb. And he's like, what? And I go, yeah, my car's about to fucking die. I go, plus I have to lug food up 5 flights of stairs sometimes, and then people give me $2. And did you know that I don't make any money if nobody orders any food? I'm sitting in here right now because nobody's ordered food. I'm not making a dime now. You're getting paid to talk to me. And he froze, and he goes, oh man, no, I got mad respect, man. I didn't mean it like that. I wasn't. I go, look, I immediately like stopped, and I just go, dude, I apologize. You're just the 10th person this week to say some dumb shit like that, and I just wasn't. I couldn't let it go. And he's like, no, man, you don't understand. I totally respect you. And I go, look, what I do is easy. I go, I'm not gonna lie. It's certainly easier than what you're doing. You're fucking elbow deep in hot dishwater. I fucking get that, but I've done that. And he goes, yeah, well, he goes, I just don't. I go, dude, I'm an old man, just to fucking ignore me. He goes, well, you're not that old. And I go, I am. And he goes, well, how old are you? And I said, I'm 47. And he literally just goes, whoa. I thought you were like 25 or 30. Because again, he's 18. He doesn't have any fucking clue. You know what I mean?
You're just older.
But I am.
When you're 18 years old, everybody is old.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not one of these guys who's on a trip. I'm like, I'm so old. Yeah, I'm fucking old.
But you don't act your age either.
Well, can't be denied, certainly. And I'll say I'm 50. And I told you Jill busts my balls on it all the time. She's like, why are you pre-aging yourself? You're not 50. You're 47. And because I always tease her, she's 28. I mean, she's like totally young. And she's like, I'm the same age as you. I'm like 3 months younger than you. I'm like, it doesn't matter. You're fucking, you're young. You're so young. I robbed the cradle with you. But I always say I'm 50. She goes, you're not 50. You got to stop it. And I'm not one of these dudes who cares about being old. It's just because people come up to you and they'll be like, oh man, you're young. You're totally young. You look young. And I just go, I am as old as I've ever been. That's always been my answer. Yeah. Even when I was 26, that was my answer. I am as old as I've ever been. But people think that they have to cheer you up, like you think that you're old or you're going to lose it. So he just fucking, and he was like, I felt bad because then he apologized to me 4 times during the day. Like he kept coming up to me and finding me. He didn't mean anything by it.
But he did, because here's what's happening. There's a scuttlebutt around there where everybody's like, those guys don't do anything. Those guys don't do anything. Those guys don't do anything. I just worked in a restaurant and I saw it. It's like somebody gets a fucking little bug up their ass and then everybody hates you.
Yeah,
it's the weirdest thing.
Well, that's why I said
why don't you just ask me what I do for a living and I'll tell you what I do.
That's why I said there's a coming war. Yeah. Because already like guys that I work with have quit, and they've gotten better jobs or whatever. And fuck, that's what I'm trying to do, Yeah. But they made changes at a fundamental level that really kind of fucked us. And no, you don't care. Again, folks, nobody gives a fuck about my day job. It's not why you listen to this goddamn show. Or you do. Maybe. What if that was it? What if people just tuned in to hear sauce-based scuttlebutt? Everybody's like, dude, I want sauce-based scuttlebutt.
It's a sauce cast. I can't even say
sauce cast? How has someone not done the Holocaust yet?
Oh.
Right?
Too soon.
Too soon? I'm asking a question. I wasn't saying we should do it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to jam my fingers into the hard drive and have it throw up this show.
You should.
Yeah, that's probably what I should do after that one. It works. What do I know? I'm 50. All right. Jill's going to fucking murder me. She's not going to murder me. God damn it. No. Jesus Christ. I'm fucking weirded out anyway because she, as you listen to this show, it's Thursday, but I'm recording on Tuesday. As you know, Tuesday is record day.
Now.
Yeah. Well, now, certainly. I should be in Milwaukee. I mean, I should be in Wisconsin. Because Jill got a new tattoo She's got a tat on her, it's fucking gorgeous. It's on her arm and her back. I actually posted a photo of it a couple of weeks ago on Facebook. But she's getting it finished this week. And I can't believe I'm not going to be there in the room when she's getting it done.
That's nice of you to be there with her.
Well,
you want to watch and see art being created. That's sweet.
Well, you know what? Yeah, certainly it's about 75% of that.
What does that mean?
Well, 25% of it is to keep the hillbilly from getting his Roman hands all over her. I'm not going to lie to you. That's probably.
Really?
Well, maybe. I don't know. Is that wrong? Am I wrong?
It's
I don't know.
Shoulder. What's he gonna do?
He's gonna lean on her tits and go, "Hey, hold on a second. I gotta get this hard to reach spot." I mean, I don't fucking know because I'm not there to punch him in the face when he does it. What? Don't you know that everybody in the world is out to steal what I have? Don't you know that?
I don't think that if someone's being paid to tattoo that their alternative goal is to go, I'm going to get to maybe cop a feel if a girl comes in here.
A hot girl. I was there.
They're there to do art. That's why you become a tattoo artist.
Yes, technically, yes.
Gynecologists don't go, I'm going to be a gynecologist because I can stick my finger in pussies.
They don't?
They don't. No.
Wait a minute. How do you know that, honestly? I
know a couple gynecologists, and no one just goes, oh, that would be fun.
Small sample size. I'm not going to take the word of a couple of gynecologists, especially when they get to stick their fingers in pussies all goddamn day. Of course, they're not going to cop to it. They're probably married and stuff. That's like this tattoo guy. He's not going to walk around and go, dude, I totally get to grab tits while I color in a flower. He's going to be like, I love coloring in flowers, because then he doesn't want to be a creep. But in reality, he's a creep. He's drawing on people's bodies. He's a goddamn creep with a nose piercing who needs to stay the fuck away from my girlfriend, goddammit.
You have issues.
Maybe. That's fine. I'm cool with that.
Property and you're afraid someone's going to touch it?
It's not that she's my property. It's just that inevitably a better offer will come along and perhaps she runs off into the distance with the guy with a tattoo gun. I have no idea. I'm a terrible person.
So it's not white horse. You want to make sure she's safe and no one inappropriately touches her. It's more of you're afraid you're going to lose her to Joe Tattoo.
It's a gumbo of all of that.
It's a gumbo of all of that.
I won't lie. It's all in there. It's all in me. I don't know why. I've never felt this way about somebody in my entire life. But I mean, when she's getting this tattoo done, I was there for the initial. And also there's pain, man. I want to be there.
Was creepy when he did the initial?
He was a nice man. But
the same guy, right?
But he had to yank her shirt down to take a look at stuff, and you're just like, yeah. You know, she told me because she has a tattoo, a lower back tattoo, and when she got it done, I was like, oh my God, I go, where did you get that done? Did you get it done at the same place? She goes, no, I got it done when I was in Vegas. I said, oh, cool. And she goes, yeah, and that one only took like 3 hours, I think it was, or 4 hours. And I said, oh, okay, and it's beautiful. It's like she likes hummingbirds, so they're incorporated into it. And I go, well, I have a question. Like, how much are you exposed when that happens? She goes, well, he had to slide my pants like halfway down, like, you know, and to work there. And I said, okay. And I go, so how does your ex feel about that when he's watching that happen? She goes, he wasn't there. I said, pardon me? She goes, yeah, he dropped me off. And then he went off and did whatever he was going to fucking do. And I'm like, that is fucking insane. That is insane. I don't understand. How do you leave her? Your beautiful wife is about to yank her pants down and get some guy all like, I'm sure he had to grab ass to lean on her and fucking go ahead and put in the tattoo. How are you letting that happen? How are you not in the room? And especially, I will tell you this also, how are you not in the room for the pain aspect, to hold her hand, to look into her eyes and be like, I'm here for you when this happens. You know what I mean? That's because I just went through it with her. I wanted to be there for her. And that took, what she got done is like 3 hours. And it was, you know, she was in a lot of pain, and she's like, I'm like, dude, you can just bite my arm if you want. That's fine. But she like held my hand hard and like all that, and she's looking at me, and I was there for her, and she even said, I'm so happy you're here with me for this. And I go, I'm really happy to be here for you too, because 75% of me wants to be here for you to usher you through this pain, and 25% of me wants to have my cock locked and loaded, my fist cocked, locked and loaded, Jesus Christ, to reach across and sock this guy in the fucking head if he gets inappropriate, which is ridiculous. He won't, but it doesn't matter. That's what's in my fucking brain.
Okay. Are you going to go with her to all of her gynecological appointments? Why are you looking like that? She's going in to see a doctor about her.
The better question would be, have I gone to her gynecological appointments just yet?
Have you?
Not yet.
Not yet.
But now that I know what these fellas have on their minds, I can tell you one empty chair that'll be in that waiting room. And they're going to respect me on a professional level. No, they are. We have a lot in common, me and gynecologists. Me and gynecologists.
What do you have in common with a gynecologist?
If we want to get the best possible results, we got to make sure to put as many fingers in as we can. It works. You guys can get me at mikeandmikeschmidtcomedy.com. You guys can follow me at twitter.com/the40year-old-boy. You can be my friend at facebook.com/the40year-old-boy. Our friend David Hernandez does all the artwork and all of the music for this show. And this week, he's doing a video for the show as well. That will be a companion piece to the spot you're about to hear when I'm done doing these plugs. But you can go to artbydmh.com. That's artbydmh.com and check out his guy cons. Check out all the artwork that he does. And you can hire him to do cool stuff for you, whether you have something in mind as specific that he can create custom, or if you see something existing you'd like for him to get for you, he can do all of that. Go to artbydmh.com. And like I said, there'll be a spot, as always, at the end of me talking here. And then you'll be able to, there'll be a video companion on Facebook to match that. I don't know what it is yet. I haven't received it yet, but I can't wait to see it. Our friend Ryan Dirks does all of the web stuff for this show. You can go to facebook.com/Ryan Dirks and be a friend of his or admire him and look at his long hair and watch him milk a cow. Our friend Lily Von Stupp is the producer of this show. She is she's so good at what she does, which is now sits and stares at me as I do everything. You can find her at facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp and go be her friend. You can follow her at several different Twitter accounts. That's twitter.com/Lily Von Stupp, twitter.com/MNTs, and twitter.com/HollywoodBQFest. But if you'd like to write her a personal note and find out how many fingers she would feel was appropriate to get the necessary results, you can write her at Lily at burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili, at burlesque411.com.
Hey, you on the couch.
What?
Did you know you can roll down a hill in a tractor tire with Jamiroquai?
Why are you in my house?
Music! The 40-Year-Old Boy Travel Agency has been hooking up bands and their fans for excursions since 2009.
Why is your voice like that?
You can go zip-lining the Grand Canyon with the Spin Doctors, or a motorcade through Dallas with the Dead Kennedys.
Why is my voice like that?
How about Ultimate Frisbee with Scritty Politti? Or miniature golf with Lisa and the Cult Jam?
You know, turn off that music.
Music! How about collie stick fighting with Joe Jackson? Or a cattle drive with Kaja Gugu? The 40-Year-Old Boy Travel Agency. Because old bands never die, they just go on vacation.
Kaja Gugu. Want to remind you folks about the Monday Night Tease every Monday night at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica. It is truly the greatest burlesque spectacle put together by any human being in this world of ours. Now look, I'm not going to speculate on the burlesque spectacles put together by Martians and Jupiterians and Venusians, because out on those planets, who the fuck knows what's going on? We all know on Mars they got 3 tits, so I mean that's an amazing show to fucking see. I will tell you this though, the pasty budget exponentially bigger on Mars than it is here on America. On America? I just called this planet America. The fuck is that? So yeah, man, it's an amazing show. It's always available every Monday night at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica. I happen to know the producer of that show. Her name is Lily Von Stupp. Hi, Lily. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. How was the Tease this week?
It was spectacular.
It was a benefit, right?
Yes, it was.
It was a 3-tiered wedding cake of a show. There were 3 people in each show. No, that's a lie. But it was 3 tiers. It was a bunch of people doing a bunch of different stuff. Stripping. The Wheel of Stripping was there. The Wheel of Burlesque. And it was amazing, right? You had a huge crowd and you raised some money for the Hollywood Burlesque Festival.
We did.
Good.
It was awesome.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. So who's going to be there this coming week?
The Red Light Review.
Red Light Review.
Sideshow. Burlesque. It's fun.
Okay. And do we know individual performers or it's just Red Light Review?
I'm trying to remember, and I don't remember who all is performing. Carmel Knowledge is performing. Bella Luna's performing. Dino Stats out of Las Vegas is coming up to perform. Wonderful magician, illusionist, sideshow kind of guy.
Nice.
I can't think who else is performing. There's a bunch of them, and it's going to be amazing.
But they're all great, and tickets are available at brownpapertickets.com for any and all shows that are going to be there at the Monday Night Tease. You can just go ahead and put in Lily Von Stupp or Monday Night Tease when you go to Brown Paper Tickets, and you will find all of the shows available. If you go to facebook.com/Monday Night Tease, you can become a member over there and get to see naked photos of all the performers and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. And if you go to, is it MondayNightTease.com?
Yes.
Okay, go there. Go to burlesque411.com. Go to all of these places and learn about burlesque and our friend Lily. And should we go to signmyboobs.com? Should we go there?
Yeah, go there. It's
All
dead,
right.
but there's some fun photos.
Go to signmyboobs.com and you'll see Lily doing all sorts of interesting stuff with celebrities and markers. So that's fun. And because again, I had dinner with a listener. I was I told this story. I had dinner with a listener named Chris, our good friend Chris Cade out of San Francisco, and
Hi, Chris.
there you go. We were talking about Lily, and he was mentioning, he likes her on the show, and I said, yeah, Lily's kind of. I go, she could have her own show. Seriously, she's done so much weird stuff in her life, and I've told this story on here, but I will again because it might be my favorite Lily story. I was on Facebook one day. It's Throwback Thursday, so everybody's like, here's me in 5th grade, and here's me having a sandwich, and here's me at the Louvre, and I scroll through, and my friend Lily Von Stupp, who I just know from podcast land, there's just a picture of her with hot red hair, like really like fire engine kind of fucking red, and a bikini sitting next to Roger Daltrey from The Who. and you see that photo and you're just like, Jesus Christ, how much history do you fucking have that you don't talk about? Like, I don't
remember it. It's terrible. I'll run across the photo and I'm like, that's right, I played basketball with Run DMC.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
What?
It's insane. So that's what I told Chris. That's my favorite story. Literally, I'm flipping through because I don't know anything about that fucking chapter, anything about it. I met her. She was a married woman, and they they were nice to me, and they had a nice little condo in Burbank, and everything was fine. And then sure, there's a photo of her with like fire engine red hair and a bikini standing next to a seated Roger Daltrey, and I'm like, Jesus fuck, what the hell happened? But again, she could have her own show. She could and should, quite frankly. You know what? I should be in that chair over there, and she should be in this chair over here, regaling you with tales of Run DMC and the like, and their ilk.
If I start a podcast, will you produce it for me?
Oh my God. Well, certainly if you want to get the first episode out in a month. So, fuck that. I started saying that today when I got out of the car. I got out of the car when I parked downstairs today, and I grabbed my cooler, which had, my fucking trail mix, which I should not have eaten because my throat's it feels like I swallowed shrapnel. And it had my water in it. And I took like 5 steps and I went to bip the fucking car. And then I went, wait a minute. My laptop and my fucking microphone and all that stuff's in the car. I got to grab that. So I go back and I have my cooler over my arm. And then I grab the laptop and I throw that over my shoulder. And then I have to grab the bag with my microphone, my little, you know what I need? Because my microphone's in like a bag with a broken handle. I need like a bindle. I need to be like a hobo who has like all of his stuff tied in a kerchief on a stick and then puts it over his shoulder. I'm like, have Bindle will podcast, like that sort of thing where I just kind of travel all over. A listener actually wrote me and he's like, hey dude, if you want to have a travel podcast kit, I can totally recommend what you should get. But the thing is, I don't want a travel podcast kit. I want to just go somewhere and record it and then leave. That's what I want to do. But sure enough, I'm grabbing all the shit out of the car today and I had to come upstairs. So
all
I've got,
the shit.
Yes.
You used to bring your computer all the time anyway.
I never brought my computer here. What are you talking about? So I bring my computer, I bring my fucking cooler, and I grab the microphone and I'm walking. And you know what? Why the fuck am I coming over here every week? Why are you not coming over to my house every goddamn week? Because everything should be just fucking set up there. I got more chairs than you.
We're going to try it.
Yeah, you got no fucking answer, do you?
No, we can try that. Absolutely.
Doesn't that make sense? Because I thought about it as I was grabbing everything to schlep out of the fucking house.
Here's my one question for you, though.
Yes? You only have one?
Yeah, I only have one, and that is, you won't be able to complain about my apartment building or Bedbug Alley or,
Dude, Bedbug Sizzler is still downstairs.
Yeah.
The same one I photographed last week and spoke about on the show, still down there.
I called City Large Removal.
Prestwood Mattress and Chase Lounge.
I think someone moved out and just put it out there assuming that magically they just drive around looking for mattresses. You have to call the city and say, come pick this up, and they will. Yeah. And they'll do it for free.
Well, yeah, when I had the bed bugs, they made me wrap it in plastic and put a sign on it that said bed bugs, and someone took it anyway.
Yeah.
It didn't matter. Because it was a fucking, it was an awesome mattress. But like at my house just today when I was leaving, across the street, there was a couch and a chair. just tipped upside down in the gutter, and you're just like, what the fuck? What is with these people just scattering their possessions to the wind? I don't fucking get it.
Well, you're supposed to put them out there and call the city.
I don't think I complain about your building or your apartment. I mentioned that it's the oldest building in Hollywood, and certainly there's creakiness. And the guy from
I'm kidding.
the guy from the Black Hole Sun video lives across the way, and he had no shirt on one day, and that was fucking horrifying.
What
and
was no shirt day?
there's I didn't know. See, I don't have that in my building.
Yeah. Well, no. In general, you got to check Facebook.
Oh, for no shirt
June
day?
22nd was no panty day for women, and yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Is that real?
Well, no, it's not. Somebody made it up. And
Well, it's
they all
like,
went,
yeah.
Hey, I have a great idea. We'll tell people that it's no panty day, and maybe girls won't wear panties.
Duh,
Somebody went,
duh.
okay, and then somebody else shared it, and then somebody went, great. They should not wear Confederate flag panties either, and they should not.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Don't get me. I don't even want to talk about that. But you know, I will say this too though about no panty day, if that really existed.
It does.
Men are like, woohoo, no panty day. Well, I mean, it doesn't mean that girls are going to be showing you their fucking V'ger all goddamn day. That's not going to happen. Literally, no one's going to walk up and give you a gupper shot just for free because it's fucking no panty day. They're just going to be like, no panties. And in your head, you're going to be like, oh, she's not wearing any panties. Like, really? Is that enough for you? I guess, you weirdo. Fucking jerking off in the street and watching women walk by. I may have gone too far. I don't know if anybody's doing that part of it. But still, if it's no panty day, what is that? I don't even know what that means. If it was like no clothes day, then it's different. You can sit there and ogle.
Did you go to nude bike day here in LA?
Fuck no. Are you what? That exists too? Well, it's like, all right, I'll tell you this. Hold that thought, because we'll talk about it on the fucking way out. Remember nude bike day, because I want to talk about it. But all right, well, let me talk about. So the Monday Night Tease is available if you go to facebook.com/Monday Night Tease. That's awesome. Go to Brown Paper Tickets and get tickets for all the upcoming shows. Find out all the upcoming information. Follow Lily on twitter.com/MNTease. You'll get everything you need to know. Do we want to plug the festival yet or no?
Sure. Go to HollywoodBurlesqueFestival.com and buy tickets.
HollywoodBurlesqueFestival.com. You can buy tickets. Are there passes available for multiple days?
Yeah, you can get Friday, Saturday, or Sunday at $25 for each night, or you can buy $125 for the whole weekend, VIP, early entry, gift bag, and you get to go to the wrap party on Monday night.
Which is huge, because then that's when all the inhibitions have been taken away and everybody's having fun and just dancing around doing their thing. So, and last time you had it was in the winter. But now you're having it in the summer, which is, I think, smart. Pretty cool.
Well, you're the one that thinks it's smart.
I think it's amazingly smart. I love it. I love that idea.
Are you coming to the festival this year? Are you in town?
What are the dates?
August
No,
14th
I won't be there.
To the 17th. You're out of town?
I actually think I am. Yeah, and you're going to
Good
make
for
fun
you.
of me because August 14th, I don't know yet, but I may be in an audience watching fucking Twisted Sister and Skid Row and Dokken and like a million other
Yes, I am
bands.
going to make fun of you. 'Cause that was the concerts that I went, yeah, they're coming to town. No, where's Barry Manilow playing?
I would have seen him, that motherfucker, but he canceled on me twice. Furious. So I actually think I'm out of town seeing that show.
You poor thing.
Oh, stop your
Sorry,
nonsense.
Jill.
No, she's bringing me.
Oh, sorry.
Fuck
Jill.
yeah, that's catfight Jill. Let's rock and roll Jill, man. Because I told you, I again, you know my feelings, and
not gonna take
but
it
she,
anymore.
dude, like, you know who she loves? Because again, I will tell you this. Remember, I was like, she's a country music chick and all that kind of stuff. Dude, she doesn't like country music anymore. Like, she listens to like hits of today, and then she listens to the old metal stations. She wrote me the other day. She's like, I was on my way to work. They played the Scorpions. It's gonna be a great day today, because she loves the Scorpions. And what was funny is the other day I heard. Because I like, you know, there are Scorpion songs that are like, you know, they're just standards like the Zoo and all that, which I don't care for the Zoo. I seriously, that song to me is just like enough. I don't need to
Can
hear.
I tell you that I could not name one? I couldn't name one Scorpion song.
You know what? I heard a Scorpion song the other day, and if it's a song that you can't turn up loud enough. I don't give a fuck if you have the biggest stereo in the world. I don't care. It needs to be maximum fucking volume. It's a song called Another Piece of Meat by the Scorpions. Dude, you just fucking, it started, and it's a song I haven't heard in fucking forever. Because they have a song called Love Drive. That's the thing, I like older stuff, you know, because once they got hit and they had Rock You Like a Hurricane, that's a good song.
I know a Scorpion song.
There you go, yeah.
I do.
Rock You Like a Hurricane intimidated the shit out of me, that song, when I was a kid, when I first heard it. Because the lyric is, and I'm sure everybody will laugh at me, but I don't fucking care. When I was a kid, the lyric is, the bitch is hungry, she needs to tell, so give her inches and feed her well. And I remember as a kid just going, I don't have enough inches to feed anybody. That's going to be fucking terrible when I get older. Jesus Christ, the Scorpions have just ruined my life now at fucking 15 because I don't have enough inches for anybody, for fuck's sake.
I'm sorry that they they penis shamed
Well, they made me think about it where I was just like,
penis shaming song. I did not like that song.
you got to give her inches and you got to feed her well. And I'm like, well, I can feed her often, but I mean, I don't know how well I'm going to feed her. Like I said, hey man, 12 inches, I'll have to fuck you twice. I mean, but that's fine. I can make that happen.
Twice?
Yes. Honestly, well, I've talked about that on the fucking show. Nobody cares. But yeah, literally, so when I heard that lyric as a kid, it was like, the bitch is hungry, she needs to tell, give her inches and feed her well. And I even went, oh no, that's, I don't know if I could make that work. I don't know if that happens for me. I don't know. And the funny thing is, Klaus Meine looks like a pharmacist. Like, how the fuck is he getting laid other than the fact that he's the lead singer of the goddamn Scorpions? And I don't know who he's feeding well with his inches, but apparently it's a ton of chicks. Good for him. But like Big City Nights, like that whole album was a huge hit. And like you hear them and you go, but I've heard them so much. Exactly. Because that was a monstrous album. It was everywhere.
Yeah, but they weren't songs that I went, oh my God, I have to go buy that album. They're songs I know.
Yeah. Yeah, but what I'm saying is what other Scorpion stuff, like fucking the Blackout album. It was funny when my friend Mike Scott and I, when we were kids, and we always would do the impossible situations. And I said you'd always wind up getting fucked in the ass by somebody from the high school yearbook, like somebody who went to school. No matter what, we would do these. It was like Dungeons and Dragons, but we played it in our high school. We'd be like, all right, you wake up in the morning. What do you do? Like literally, we would do it he and I would do it all the time. Impossible situations. What do you do? And it would always end up with you having sex in the high school with somebody you didn't want to have sex with.
I don't understand.
All right, let's do one. We'll do one. All right, tomorrow morning you wake up. You wake up in your bedroom. Eddie's not here. You're alone. What do you do?
I get up and go to the bathroom and brush my teeth.
All right, you go in and take a shower?
Yeah.
All right, it turns out that Ruby Champagne is in your shower. She was downstairs and she wound up having a little too much to drink, but she happened to remember that you lived here. She got into the building, got into your house. She's taking a shower when you walk in. What do you say?
I'll come back when you're done.
You're not, okay. And she goes, all right, cool. And she goes, I'm really sorry I had to crash here, but I actually need your help with something.
Okay.
Okay, so she gets into the shower and she walks out and she goes, last night was pretty rough. Can you leave with me?
Okay.
Okay, come on downstairs. So you do go downstairs with Ruby Champagne?
Sure.
All right, you go downstairs, you open up the door of the car, and she's got a Stella Detroit dead in the front seat. And she's like, I don't know what happened. We were drinking, we were partying, we were having fun, and I woke up behind the steering wheel and Estella was dead. What do we do? I need your help. We need to get her out and we need to fucking do something.
No, I call the cops and we report it.
Okay, you try to call the cops, but your phone is not working. You're not getting any reception at all. Okay. And Ruby's like, just get in here and help me. Will you jump in the back seat with me?
No.
You won't leave with her?
No, not a chance.
Okay, so then Ruby goes, she whistles, and two guys come out of the bushes. They grab you, they throw you in the back seat with her, and she drives off.
You just literally tell a story till you get to whatever end you want it to
This is why it's called an impossible situation.
Okay,
no
so
matter
there's
what
no
happens, you
ever-
have to. It's literally Dungeons and Dragons, and you will do wherever. And like I said, it always ends up with you getting butt fucked by Dave Roselle in the high school hallways. I mean, like it's just ridiculous. We would do it.
So-
Dave Roselle is the only guy who ever quit. Like when we were doing them, because me and Mike would do it to each other all day. We'd be playing, if we weren't playing slap hockey, we were watching MTV and doing impossible situations where you would lead a guy and we would do them for hours. Like if we weren't playing Stratomatic or we would do impossible situations. And it always ended up with being in somewhere in the high school and you'd be having sex with somebody and someone would walk in and you weren't supposed to be seen. And it was like literally you had to have sex with this person they were going to do. I was like, we did it all the time. So that was what an impossible situation was. It was totally fun. It was awesome. But with Mike Scott, one of the things that always came up in our impossible situations was the guy from the cover of the Blackout album would wind up showing up somewhere. And we never do it. Because again, if you see the cover of the Blackout album, he has a head bandage and he has forks bent over his eyes and he's screaming. And then he's in the best, this is the greatest moment ever. He was always in our impossible situations. We're like, all right, the guy with the forks on the eyes, on his eyes from the Scorpions album cover shows up. And like all these different things would happen. Well, then they make the video for No One Like You. He's in the video! A real guy with real forks over his eyes. And like, I remember Mike Scott and I watching it happen. And we were just like, oh, the guy with the forks on his eyes. He exists. He's real. It was so fucking great. So stupid. So that was the thing is like, so the Blackout album is fucking, dude, Blackout, that song, but dude, Can't Live Without You. Chung, 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 chung. It sounds like this heavy guitar riff where it just sounds like it's played with a razor blade. Gung, 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 gung. It's so great. But then Another Piece of Meat is a song that you have to, and China White, dude, they're just fucking songs you got to crank because they haven't been played to death. Loving You Sunday Morning is also another fucking great Scorpion song that hasn't been played to death. But dude, Another Piece of Meat is just a monster jam. So Jill loves the Scorpions. How awesome is that?
You must be so happy that eventually she's going to get butt fucked by
Dave Roselle in the high school? Not if I have anything to say about it.
It's true.
I don't think Dave's doing tattoos these days. So yeah, man, so she likes that kind of music. I told you, I can't, again, it is the weirdest feeling, and I've talked about it on here before. I've never felt so jealous of not being a part of someone's life. It's because, again, our lives are half over, essentially, and that's being generous for me. And I missed half her life, and I regret it. Like, it's so weird.
I say that about Eddie sometimes.
Isn't it strange?
I wish we would have had 20 early years, but I keep telling him we've got 25 ahead of us, so let's just enjoy those. She
and I were on the beach, and she had her iPod playing, and a song came on, and I literally sat up and I went, oh my God, because I hadn't heard it in forever. I may have talked about this on here. It's a song called Kaylee by Marillion.
Yeah.
Did I talk about it on here?
No.
Okay, it started playing, and I was like, oh my God. And she looks at me, she goes, you know this song? And I go, oh yeah. And she goes, I loved Marillion. She goes, growing up, I loved them. And so I went, so now I bought the song the next day. I teared up. I'm not even joking, on the beach with her, because I was so happy to be with her. And then that song came on. And then I thought of all of the time I've missed with her. And that song is also, because the theme of that song is, hey, I ruined this. Is there any way I can get a second bite at the apple here? And he can't. It's over. And he found another one to patch up their broken home. And you listen to the words, and I was listening to it and thinking of her and thinking of all the life I've missed with her. And I got supremely sad and like started to tear up. And I didn't show her that, but then I did. I was like, I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know why. But now I have that song. I bought it immediately, and it's in my iPod, and it's on a playlist of that I listen with her. And every time it plays, I told her, I go, I see 15-year-old you in panties and a boy shirt and sitting on your bed, painting your toenails with headphones on, listening to the song, and me wanting to throw pebbles at your window. Like, I mean, I know that sounds, I'm completely serious. That's what I see. I just see her sitting there in her room with her, because I also know what she looked like then, because she has her high school reunion ID. We put both of them together on a mirror in her bedroom so that you can see what we looked like when we were kids. But I see her with her, her big 80s hair. And, but I can see her with that hair, with headphones on, sitting in her bedroom. Like I said, painting her toenails, wearing panties and a tank top, like a little baby doll, and listening to that song, and me wondering why I'm not there to just fucking steal her and keep her forever. It's a weird feeling. It's odd. I don't know if anybody else has ever experienced that, where you're,
fear of loss.
Well, of course, all of that, certainly, but also just the weird
I like
jealousy.
That you created the prom photo of the two of you with your eyes.
We put essentially, yeah, they're just like both up. We put them up on the wall. Yeah, they're on the mirror. I just
you guys should crash a prom together and have a dance.
See, that's not even funny, because I would do that.
I'm not saying it's funny.
It's funny you would say that, because I don't I don't have a lot of boundaries or rules about stuff. We were in Vegas. We were walking on the strip, and we walked down, and a song came on, and I looked at her, and I go, dance with me. She's like, what? And I go, dance with me. It was like 4 PM, and we did. We danced the whole fucking song on the strip. I didn't care.
Do that. That is not.
Well, but I don't care. I'll dance with her anywhere.
Yeah,
we danced at my.
That's not. But I mean, you should.
You think I should get a corsage?
And you should go. It would be fun.
Well, I'm waiting to go to, like, that's the thing, is we're too old to be invited to weddings or any of that stuff, so it's not, we're going to do anything formal. But I did say to her, I go, hey, will you take swing dance classes with me? She's like, what do you mean? I go, like disco Studio 54 dance swing classes, so I can spin you around and throw you over my shoulders and all that. And she's
Studio
like,
54 was hustle disco.
That's what I mean. Well, that's what I mean. Like, that's, I don't know the word for it, but tangoing and, the thing he does in Saturday Night Fever, where he's got her and he spins her and all that stuff.
Disco touch.
That's what I want to do. And I said, will you take class? I know what swing dancing is. It's the fucking red Zoot Suit Riot assholes and all that stuff. I don't want to do that stuff.
Why are they assholes?
Because they're terrible. Because they caused a riot. That's why. Fuck them. Why don't you just wear a Zoot suit in peace, motherfucker? Why do you have to cause a riot?
They were almost as bad as Watts.
They were terrible.
Riots?
Yeah.
Oh, they actually were. The Zoot Suit riots.
It was terrible. Fucking, yeah. Reginald Denny got hit in the head with a fedora. It was awful.
Actual Zoot Suit riots. Look it up.
At the Zoot Suit riot, Reginald Denny got hit in the face with a watch fob. Oh, it was awful. So I want to do that. So we were in the car, and I don't even remember what fucking song it was. It might, you know what it was? It was More Than a Woman by Tavares. because there are two versions on Saturday Night Fever. It's Tavares and the Bee Gees. Tavares destroys the Bee Gees version of More Than a Woman. Destroys is strong. They're not really at each other's throats, possibly, and the Bee Gees wrote it, so good for them. but I
disco offs, that was the best.
I love Tavares' version. So I literally, in my head, I was doing all the stuff in my driver's seat, and she's in the passenger seat. I go, "Will you learn to dance with me to this?" She's like, "Of course." I said, "Well, you'll take like a class, or we can go and we can learn how to like do disco dancing, and I can spin you and throw you over my shoulder." And she just goes, "Yeah." And I told you, that's the thing I fucking love about her more than anything.
When
She's
is
a
she
yes.
here next?
She's here next week.
Okay, I'll see if Lux is available and she can help you guys and do choreography for you, and you can work a whole number up.
Didn't you just say Lux wanted a Confederate flag or something? Didn't you just say that?
No, I did not. I said the world is going to be very sad if she can't buy one.
Oh, okay. All right. I was like, well, how did this turn bad? Oh, okay. Oh, that was off the air we were talking, and you said that. Oh, okay. She does a routine where she uses it.
Number where she's a woman who is black who is tap dancing in front of a Confederate flag. It's a protest type number.
Ah, okay. Yeah. All right.
But,
so I was wondering.
But she bought a 16-foot Confederate flag.
Oh my word. Yeah. Well, good for her.
Well, if you're going to do an act about racism, you do an act about.
Oh
racism.
Yeah, you don't fuck around.
You
sure.
don't fuck around.
Yeah. So I asked Jill to learn how to dance to that with me. How did we spin off into that? What were we talking about?
The Monday Night Tease, the music, the motion.
Oh Lord, yeah, no idea. We were talking because it's impossible to do. Oh, the guy with the forks on his eyes. We're talking about the Scorpions. Right. Yeah. That's right. So yeah, so Jill loves the Scorpions.
You won't go to the Hollywood Burlesque Festival because you may be going to see Dee Snider.
I may be seeing Dee Snider's Twisted Sister, because again, it's not Twisted Sister, because I think two of them are dead now or whatever the fuck. But
no,
now
they would be suing him. That's why it's not Twisted Sister.
It's like Dee Snider's Stay Hungry or something like that now, and they do all the same songs, and fuck, who knows. But what's so weird is there's a show here in Irvine at the Verizon Wireless the same day as the one in Wisconsin at the county fair. And every metal band that's not in Wisconsin is playing here. And I even said to her, she was reading, it was almost like a fantasy draft of bad metal. Like she would read a band and I would read a band, she'd read a band and I'd read a band. And it was like, oh man, fuck, these are the same weekend? Like we got to get a private jet and go back and forth. Literally, we'll be the only guys involved in either show that has a private jet at our disposal, because the rest of them are like, nope. But literally it's like, Warren featuring Janie Zane. You know what I mean? Like they went and got some fake dude because the real guy died. Like all these dudes, and even Quiet Riot still tours. Kevin DuBrow is dead. What the fuck are you doing? So now it's like Sarzo, Cavazzo, Benali, and question mark? Like literally, it's just have one of the residents come out with the eyeball mask on. I mean, I have no fucking idea.
Restaurant in New York. Sarzo, Cavalli, and...
It's actually the worst law firm ever.
Law firm, there you go.
My client was instructed to come on and feel the noise. Well, he did so, and he has wound up with hearing damage, and we think damages should be appropriate in the amount of $1 million. Sarzo, Cavazzo, Benali, and question mark. That's the fucking law firm.
But Van Halen toured without Diamond Dave for a long time.
Yeah, but they became a completely different band. Like they were with Dave.
They never played any of their early stuff when they were out.
Not the Dave stuff. They played Jump because they had to, but they did the Sammy stuff. Like I saw them on the first tour with Sammy, and they basically did the first album. They did a couple of, they did Ain't Talk About Love, which they had to do, and Jump, which they had to do, and they did a Sammy solo song, and then they did the first album, the 5150 album. And then they did a Who cover tune at some point, The best part, it's so funny, when they came out for the first tour, the 5150 tour, they came back for the encore, and they walked on stage in like this weird, kind of unison walk, and Eddie was playing Rock Candy by Montrose, which is, that's Sammy. And I believe they played Bad Motor Scooter, if I remember correctly, which is fucking awesome, because again, Sammy's catalog was deep, and he had I Can't Drive 55 and all that, and so they were able to pull from all of that. Like, honestly, they're going out now with Dave. I wish they would do some Dave solo stuff. They never will in a million years, but if they did fucking Yankee Rose, I would go crazy. It would be fucking awesome to hear Eddie's interpretation of Steve Vai's guitar stuff. That would be so cool. But even cooler than that now is they're going out on the road and doing songs they've never done live. They're doing Dirty Movies off of Fair Warning, which I can't wait to fucking see. They're doing Top Jimmy off of 1984.
But I thought you said that his voice isn't...
I take it back, and I took it back on a show when I talked.
You kind of did.
Yeah, because you know why? Let him do what the fuck he wants. But granted, I also understand where people are like, eh. But I will tell you this: I got the Tokyo Dome album. Okay, and I think I may have talked about this at length on here.
You did, you're right.
Because some of it is awful. But then when he hits a groove and he fucking sings the way he's supposed to sing, he's fantastic. Romeo Delight on the Tokyo Dome album sounds like it could have been recorded in fucking 1985. I mean, it's just that good. It's so great. Perhaps. Maybe.
What if they're like, we just have to put some old masters that we put out on there?
No, actually, because he sounded better on this one than he would have in 85. Because he always would chili dip the words. He would never sing. He would just walk around. That was his deal. The problem now is he's trying too hard on songs. He gets really amped up and he pushes his voice to where it shouldn't go. He doesn't have that kind of range. I don't give a fuck. I'm seeing him in Pittsburgh at the end of the month, and I'm so fucking happy. In a month from now. Goddamn, I can't wait. And then in August, I see D. Snyder's Stay Hungry or whatever the fuck I'm seeing.
I'm kind of sad that you won't be here to see tits because you'll be seeing D. Snyder.
I told Jill to just poodle up her hair and just go straight up 80s. Like if we go to that show, man, she just like
her hair.
Literally just like make it big and just fucking. And I just I'm excited. And have her. She'll wear like little white heels, like that sort of look.
Does
and
she
you know
have
what I mean?
any of her old band tank tops?
Boy, I don't know. Yeah, I bought her Loverboy shirts.
There you go.
Did I talk about that on here? I bought her because I searched all over for it. She was like, yeah. And so I didn't know which one it was. So I bought 2 Loverboy shirts. I found it because there was one her mom took away from her. I fucking found it online and I gave it to her. Yeah, that's right. That's who I am as a guy.
And then somebody else is pulling it down her shoulder to tattoo. Oh my God, the look on your face. Oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm flying home tomorrow. You don't know what it's like. You don't. I mean, to be again, it's tough enough being away from your fucking wife this long, but then she's gonna go and get a tattoo finished from some guy.
I kind of do know what it's like.
No, you don't.
I have 36 hours a week with my man right now.
Well, great. That's the time I spend texting with my girl.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Now I gotta fly home tomorrow. Now I definitely gotta fly home tomorrow. I don't know what I'm more upset about. The guy's touching my girl or he's touching her Loverboy shirt. What the fuck, man? I had to go and look all over for that goddamn thing.
She's going to wear the Loverboy shirt there tomorrow.
No, you know what? She's going to but then she'll have to take it off. Like they don't even get to pull that down because it's like a jersey, like those old 80s like sleeve jerseys. Ooh, dude, she'd have to actually pull it over her head. Oh my God. And there's no greater sight in the world than Jill pulling a shirt over her head. Oh my God. All right. I'm going to shut up now. Oof. And also the Scorpions are here in September. So I'm trying to get her to come here for that. Because, dude, how do you pass at the Scorpions?
Oh, let me think. Pass?
Fuck that. She and I are going to see the Scorpions on Saturday night, and then I'll be loving her Sunday morning. Done.
Oh, I see what you did there.
You know why? Because I can't live without her. Ow, ow. Look, I'm not just another piece of meat to her. Scorpions talk. I'm just going to do a whole fucking thing. Ha ha. The only problem is I can't feed her well. All right, so she'll be out here. That'll be fun. If you go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com, I don't even know how we spun off. It's so funny. My favorite thing is I went, what are we talking about? Oh, the Scorpions. Why the fuck were we ever talking about the Scorpions? How the fuck did that come up?
I still am a little confused.
That makes me laugh. What are we talking about? Oh, yeah, the Scorpions. Literally, we're the only people on Earth in this decade who've said that. What are we talking about? Oh, yeah, the Scorpions. No. Fuck that. We shouldn't have been. All right. So if you go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com, there's all sorts of pages there that are fun that you should check out. See some of Dave's old artwork and all that kind of stuff. Are you looking up the Cat House show? What are you doing?
No, I'm just looking.
Oh, okay. You're not here. You tuned me out. Just put up a little wall.
At all.
That's fine. So if you go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com, you can go to the Joe Business page. It's actually Joe Business. Don't look around for a Joe
Business.
Don't look around for a Joe Business page. You will not find it, but you will find a Joe Business page. Now, I can tell you this. You can donate to the show, first of all. In the upper left-hand corner of every page, there is a little Schmitty with his pocket out. Click on that. Donate to the show. You can give a one-time donation, or you can donate monthly. $2 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month, or $25 a month. Thank you so much for anybody and everybody who contributes to this show. You can go to the Joe Business page. The donation link is a little lower on the page. It's in front of little hobo Schmitty. Can't miss it there. And while you're there, peruse all the things we have for sale. The shirts are still half off, just like they will be on my girlfriend tomorrow. Some hillbilly yanks it down off her shoulder.
Sorry.
When his nose piercing gets caught in her bra. Fuck! Why am I not there? The Big Angry CD is available for sale, as always. Year 1, Year 2, Year 3, Year 4, Year 5, and Year 6 of this podcast available for individual sale or as part of the Reservoir Schmidt Dogs box set. Check it out. Shrek that out. Of course, we have the Schmidt Alive 2 set, which is video and audio. You can buy that and check it out. It's me from the Podfest. Hey, any word from them yet? No. But thank you so much for being active. That's nice of you people, though, to be active, and I do appreciate it very much. And then what are else we selling over there? We got tweakedaudio.com has our deal with them. And I think that is it. No, we got the artwork. You know what? I haven't talked about this in a while. You know, there's artwork over there that is created by Max for this show, and then it is signed by him and signed by me and signed by Lily and personalized to you guys, and then we will send it out to you, and you can frame it and put it in a frame and go, hey, look, there's an amazing painting done by an amazing guy and signed by an amazing woman and an amazing guy and a jerk. I will let you fill out who's who in that fucking equation. But those are available. Please go ahead and order some artwork if you think about it. And also, the Amazon link is huge. If you guys use the Amazon link, you can go ahead and click through and buy anything at Amazon, including, well, I'll tell you what, if you're going to buy Confederate flags, get over there quickly because they're taking them down. But use our link to do so and buy some cool stuff. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I haven't done this in a while. Someone, a person wrote me some email and he's like, hey, dude, I used your Amazon link to buy stuff. Let's look it up. I'm not prepared here, folks. We're going to have to kill a little time while I dig this up and check this person out. Where is it? Amazon. Help me fill some time here, Lily, while I'm scrolling. I need to scroll.
You need to scroll?
I'm done now. I'm here. I found Christopher Melton, our good friend Chris Melton. Here is a list of items I purchased through your website's Amazon link. Do not try to understand their significance. Do not try to solve this riddle, Mike. Items ordered. 1 Plaid Mod Podge Mat, 32 ounces. 1 Go Groove FlexSmart X2 Bluetooth wireless in-car FM transmitter with USB charging, music control, and hands-free calling. Works with Apple and Samsung. 1 5 ounces Dave's Original Insanity Hot Sauce. 1 Mead Composition Notebook College Ruled 100 Sheets. 1 Bessie VAS23 Vario Angle Strap Clamp. 1 18 ounces of Gorilla Wood Glue. That dude sounds like he's building something that's dangerous. And he's going to sketch it in his book. And then he's going to cover it in hot sauce. So Chris Melton, thank you so much for using our Amazon link. If you want to be like Chris Melton, you can go ahead and use our Amazon link. If you really want to be like Chris Melton, you can use our Amazon link and then write me with a list of the stuff you bought and I'll fucking read it on the air. And I'll try to solve the puzzle right in front of everybody. That's what I'll do. So if you go to our Joe Business page, like I said, there's the Amazon link. Click through. There's our store. It's all black. Click through to Amazon and buy a bunch of stuff, and that'll be pretty cool. And also, like I said, donate to the show and all that neat stuff. Now, I will tell you this, folks. I'm out and about touring the country. That seems strong. I'm going to one place. I can tell you that. Saturday night, August 1st, I will be at the... where will I be? I will be at the Maker Theater in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Tickets on sale now. Thank you to everybody who's purchased tickets. Please, let's step it up. Let's buy some more tickets. That'll be fun. I'm coming to town. It should be a great time. The end of a great week. I don't even know what I'm talking about on stage. I may just talk about the week. I may just talk about that week on there. I may just get on stage and sing another piece of meat. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I hope so.
But come on out to the show. Tickets are available now at brownpapertickets.com. You put my name in there, or put in 40-Year-Old Boy, or put in Unleash the Bees. You will find it. Pittsburgh, August 1st, 8 o'clock. And tickets are available now. Go ahead and pick those up. Thank you to everybody who's purchased tickets so far. I look forward to meeting you and seeing you there and doing a show for you. It's going to be a ton of fun. I'm so excited to get to Pennsylvania. You don't even know, man.
You don't even know.
So you were talking about naked bowling. And I don't, that doesn't strike me as anything that's fun or good.
Naked comedy?
Yeah, that was what I was going to talk about. I'm on my Facebook page, folks, and I have a lot of friends. Not nearly as many as some, but not nearly as few as others. But in my gaggle of friends, someone posted about nudist comedy. I saw the poster for it, and it's like it's like an outline of a nude dude and a microphone stand, and it's truthful, it's real. It is a comedy show at a nudist colony, and they have actual comedians signed up to go and do it. And I don't know if the comedians are naked too. I would imagine they would have to be, yes?
They don't have to be, but I would assume, knowing some of them, they will be.
Okay. Oh, so you know these people. You know who's involved in this.
I know a couple people that are performing.
Oh, my word. So did you put it up? Were you the person who posted about it?
No, I did not.
It came through my Facebook feed. I gotta be, dude, I don't, look, man. I mean, I get on a meta level what you're trying to do, I suppose. That whole comedy is exposing myself to people anyway, so why not go ahead and take my clothes off and make it that much harder?
The point. It's at a nudist colony.
Right.
What do you do at nudist colonies? Events and things that you would do elsewhere, only you do them nude.
See, have you been to nudist colonies?
Yes.
All right, see, here's the thing with me. Like, I don't want to go to a nudist colony ever. And because and again, this is my fault. I'm sure I'm a child or I don't know. But to me, nudity equals sex. So if I go to the fucking nudist colony, I'm sorry, I cannot have a club sandwich and stare at your balls. I just can't do it. I mean, I'm sitting there and I'm like looking around at everything and taking it in, and it just doesn't seem like the thing I would want to do.
Did you see the documentary Free the Nipple?
No.
The only reason that nudity is considered sex is because porn is one of the few places you can see people nude, and it's okay to be nude.
So what are you telling me about myself?
I'm saying that the reason that you are uncomfortable around people who are nude because you think that's what you do is you have sex.
I didn't say I was uncomfortable. I just said I don't want to be there for it. I got no interest in. And also, I'm no great shakes with my clothes off, so I'm not going to a nudist colony anyway and fucking going to work. I mean, it's just not happening.
Nudist colonies, that's not why you're there. It's not a sex club. It's for people who are like, clothes are stupid and we don't need them. It's okay to be naked.
Those people are dumb.
Wrong about that.
I don't get that. That just seems like ridiculous.
They're
and it's
not
so
dumb. They're different.
Yes, they're different. I know, but what I'm saying is, all right. So look, it's hard enough being naked in front of a room full of people. Why the fuck are you adding comedy into it? Why the fuck are you making someone perform a task?
It's not hard to be naked. That's what they enjoy doing. If they all wanted to wear fucking tiki shirts and go to a comedy club, you would think that was weird, but you wouldn't be like, fuck them. That's fucked up. You'd be like, haha, they're all wearing tiki shirts, whatever.
Stick to fucking bingo.
Stick to naked bingo?
Yeah, stick to fucking naked bingo. That's something you can do some naked shuffleboard. I understand naked bowling a lot more than I understand naked comedy. Because again, and whether you say it is or it isn't, there's a fucking meta bullshit thing in there about the guy being naked in front of you and everybody judging your act and judging your nakedness. And you would have to refer to it the whole time. It just seems like a whole colossal fucking train wreck to me. Like, and maybe it's just because I'm not naked in front of a bunch of people, or I don't want to be naked in front of a bunch of people. Just because, you know why? Because honestly, for them, that's going to be terrible. That's a horrible evening for them. And then, but I mean, you can't do, look, there's no way you can be doing material about anything other than, hey, look at that guy's floppy cock. I mean, seriously, there's nothing erudite. You're not going to hit any cutting edge stuff. You're not going to go ahead and fucking get up there and do your best political material while you're fucking naked and everybody else is naked. I know. Oh, I know. It's hard enough doing that shit when you're dressed.
It's harder for you to do it naked.
It's harder for me to do anything naked, quite frankly. The learning curve is huge for me. I won't lie. Like I said, I'm good at one thing, and that's it. And honestly, I could keep my clothes on for that and still make it work. Perfect. As long as I'm not wearing a zipper mask or a fucking Hannibal Lecter fucking hockey mask, I can get done what I need to get done. That's fine. I don't need to be naked to do my best work.
You know, Max always says people skip the closing music. I say people love your closing music, so let's prove it to them. If you've listened this far, write me at heymexilistened@gmail.com and we'll send you a 40-year-old boy hearing commemorative Facebook profile picture that you better fucking put up, you dick. Sorry about the dick thing. Thing. Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it.
I don't want you to miss any of that brilliance.